One. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another Empire Sports production, another edition of Game of the Week. This time I'm being joined by somebody new, straight out of good old Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is my boy Kyle Levinson. And no one is going to suck any Tigers you know what today, because LSU lost again. What's up, Kyle?
How we doing, JJ? Yeah, I'm happy to be on the show. Great game we got on tap for tonight. And yeah, we don't got to talk about my Tigers.
So take the flag down.
That's going to stay up, but we're just not going to get into the disappointment of what has become part of this program at the moment.
Yeah, because this is an NFL
Let's talk
thing.
more about the game that we have on top for tonight, which does feature an LSU quarterback.
And an LSU wide receiver.
It does.
And a former Michigan head coach. There's a lot of young stars in this game. You've got Justin Herbert. You've got Ladd McConkey. You've got J.K. Dobbins. On the other side, you have Burrow. You have Chase. You have T. Higgins. You have Chase Brown. A lot of youth in this game.
Yeah.
Now, who would you say are two players that you're expecting to make a huge impact today? One from the Bengals and one from the Chargers.
Well, for the Chargers, I think you got to look at the way that whenever they've been able to give J.K. Dobbins the football and run the ball effectively, I mean, they're a tough team to stop because the offensive line for the Chargers is much better this season. I mean, it's been, yes, they got Rashawn Slater a couple years ago in the draft, and he panned out immediately. But aside from him at the left tackle position, it's been in and out consistently. So now that you bring in Joe Alt, who did struggle with a week or two of injuries earlier on in the season, is now sitting there at right tackle, has made an impact as a rookie. To have those two guys at your tackle positions, especially for a guy like Justin Herbert, who has had to battle through a lot of difficulty, especially earlier on in this season with the injuries, is huge. So getting that run game established, being able to protect Justin Herbert is the key for me for the Chargers. And for the Bengals, I think T. Higgins, actually, because you finally take a little bit of the load off Jamar Chase, who obviously last week had that massive game, over 200 yards. I think he had like 266. He had 3 total touchdowns. Now you bring in T. Higgins, who, aside from Jamar Chase, not only do you have him, but you also have Chase Brown, who's been running the ball effectively and outside the passing game. So you get T. Higgins back in there, big body target for Joe Burrow. I think he's the key for them tonight.
Yeah, Jamar Chase had one of the best performances we've seen from a wide receiver in a long time. Obviously, that Thursday night game against the team that we covered earlier today in the Baltimore Ravens. And it was a shootout on Thursday night. Bengals lost a heartbreaker because they had one of the dumbest two-point conversion plays ever. You have Jamar Chase on their second corner, but you throw to the tight end in double coverage. Didn't make any sense to me. But this offense is obviously potent. Jamar Chase is one of a kind. Chase Brown has scored in 3 straight games. I'm expecting a high-scoring contest. If I look at the Chargers, I'm expecting to see a very good showing from the man that dubbed me last week, sold my 6-legger parlay, Ladd McConkey. I'm expecting him to score tonight. He's been my impact player for the Chargers because that Bengals secondary, you probably know well, is atrocious. It is an absolute disaster, a dumpster fire waiting to happen. And for the Bengals, I'm going to go with, shockingly, someone that has not been mentioned enough. He is coming off an injury. I'm expecting T. Higgins to have himself a great game today.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Totally T.
Now, we had a lot of chaos happen in the early window of the NFL, specifically the 1 o'clock window. Are there any games that shocked you the most that you would like to put in a word about?
I mean, the game that for me was the most intriguing and the one that I was able to really focus on the most and really had the most impact had to be that Ravens-Steeler game. I mean, if you want to talk about a typical Pittsburgh-Baltimore football game, what you saw today from 1 o'clock Eastern to 4 o'clock is what you got. And that is as typical Pittsburgh-Baltimore game as you're going to get. Pittsburgh.
It does not get better than that.
Really doesn't. Watching that game, you look at the way that Pittsburgh has played over the last few weeks. Offensive firepower, Baltimore offensive firepower, Baltimore's defense, one of the worst in the league, bottom ranked pass defense. So you're thinking, okay, maybe we get a high scoring Ravens Pittsburgh game for once. But no, both teams came together again, just like they do every year. And they play the hard-nosed, tough, physical, in Pittsburgh style of football. And it was an excellent game because the way that the Steelers are able to handle the pressure is just phenomenal. They are just simply one of the greatest coach teams I've ever watched in my life. And I know we're young, and I know this is only one Steelers head coach out of many other coaches in the history of the league that I have witnessed. But this team in particular, this Steeler team, 2024, is very, very different from the rest. You know why? Because those other teams, ever since the Roethlisberger was kind of coming to an end or ended, those were the 9-8 win seasons, the 10-7 win seasons, the 8-8 win seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
This year, they're 8-2 in first place in the division.
They look like a juggernaut.
I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible.
It really is.
Najee Harris is running the ball beautifully. Defensively, they're stout when they have to be. And I was one of the guys who was opposed to the idea of Russell Wilson coming into play for Justin Fields. And I
didn't like it either. I hated it.
don't necessarily despise my take still, because I do believe that Justin Fields would have wins under his belt since Russ took over. But I can understand why the move was made from a deep ball perspective, the ability to move the ball down the field, to unleash this offense a little bit, which I was really pushing for Pittsburgh to do with Justin Fields. I'm still a very, very big believer in Fields and what he has to offer for a team. And I think Tomlin's a great guy for him. But Russell Wilson is the man for the job right now. And the connection that he's made with George Pickens has been incredible. So I think this game tells you a lot more about the Steelers than it does the Ravens, because the Ravens always struggle when they come into Pittsburgh. It's just the way it is. And it's not like Lamar had a bad game. He's just under duress. His receivers were not helpful at all because either they weren't getting open. I know Zay Flowers had that big drop toward the end of the game. So the help wasn't there today for Baltimore. And I think they'll bounce back next week. They're going to have to, because 7-4, now a game or two outside of first. They're going to have to bounce back next week.
Especially with how chaotic that AFC wild card is. I mean, it's going off this NFL season. And I put out a comment that said this NFL season is one of the worst NFL seasons ever. And everybody said I was absolutely crazy. To be fair, I meant on-field play. By the way, let's be honest. On-field production from some of these teams is an absolute disaster. It's also incompetence after incompetence. And it gets to a point where you just get tired of watching it. Like every Thursday night game, minus the Bengals and Ravens and the Falcons and Bucks, have been terrible. Most Monday night games have been terrible. So you can't really knock me for saying that this has been a brutal NFL season, because it has. But the chaos that ensues is what makes this league great. And that's why I love being a football fan. Speaking of chaos, how about Anthony Richardson? Fresh off of getting the starting job after Flacco was benched, it's officially Flacco over, goes into New Jersey and gets a giant win over the Jets, keeping the Colts season alive for the moment. What do you think about that game?
Well, the first word that comes to mind when I think about the Colts is frisky. I think they're sitting there at 5-6, right outside that AFC wild card spot. They played some games where you look at them and you're like, okay, maybe this is a wild card contender because they can keep it close. You cannot stress enough how great of a coach Shane Steichen is. Today, you go up 13-0 against a Jet team, and then they slowly start to come back. The Jets at home, Rodgers kind of gets into a rhythm. They find Breece Hall finally, who got a bunch of touches today. But they're able to pull out the win because Shane Steichen and the way that Anthony Richardson was able to come off that benching and perform the way he did today, 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, did not throw any interceptions either, is excellent. Look, we've known from the jump that the Anthony Richardson project was going to be something, and there was going to be a lot of factors that went into it. The benching for Joe Flacco maybe was not on my bingo card, because
I loved it. I am a Flacco guy, so I was very happy to see that. And I was saying to myself, okay, he just did this in Cleveland, and if he can win with the Cleveland Browns, he can win with anybody.
Right.
I'm convinced the Colts just can't have good quarterback play since Luck retired.
It may not have been the dumbest decision, honestly, at the time.
It was the smart decision. He looked horrible.
You look at it now in retrospect, and you realize that at the time it was okay, but this is the guy. Anthony Richardson is your quarterback moving forward. He's got all the raw talent, and I think Shane Steichen is the guy for you. The Colts are, again, a very frisky but weird team because they have some talent offensively. I still think there's a lot of improvements for them to be made defensively. We can get into the whole Colts project another day, but Anthony Richardson had a good day today. I would have to go back and look at more of the film, but I saw his rushing touchdown at the beginning of the game. His power and his elusiveness at that size and strength is something you really don't come by that often. So I think with that raw talent, there just has to be an aspect of coaching and consistency for them. And they go into New York, which has become a very easy place to play, and get the win.
Crazy to think about that at the start of the season because the Jets are – we'll get more to the Jets at the half because we could go on and on about the Jets. I mean –
never ends.
It's just pathetic.
Oh, it's pathetic. That's an understatement.
That's the way to describe it is – but yeah, pathetic might be an understatement.
An understatement, JJ.
They truly are – understatement, which is wild to think about, but here we are. The craziest thing in my mind is the fact that we are also going to talk about this briefly is that the Chicago Bears just simply cannot beat the Green Bay Packers. I don't know what it is. They just can't do it. It's impossible. It'll never happen. Ever.
No. No matter how close you get, which you can't get closer than what you did today. No matter how close you get, Packers will just always win. And that's how I felt about the Chiefs last week when they blocked that field goal. It's like, no matter how close you think they are to losing, they're just not going to. We can get into them later on, but in terms of the Green Bay-Chicago game, this was while the Bears did not win today, JJ, this was a morality win for them when it comes to the play that you saw on the field. After all that has transpired under Shane Waldron, Caleb was excellent today. He did not turn the ball over. His escapability out of the pocket is really something special. He made some clutch throws at the end on 4th down to bring the team down the field. This is a step in the right direction for the Bears, and I think you can really tell. It really shows that with better coaching, doesn't have to be elite, with better coaching, not only will Caleb Williams look and play better, as well as the Bears as a whole, but 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, this Bears team is going to be consistently in the playoffs.
I agree. They're young, they're talented, and they have a lot of good things going for them at the moment, but they just can't get the job done. And before this game officially starts, I am going to ask, what is your score prediction for tonight's game?
So, Bengals go on the road into Los Angeles in an absolute must-win game. JJ, I don't know how many more games the Bengals lose this season. I'm guessing it may only be once or twice more. Tonight is not one of them. They will get the win today. And I like the Bengals here, 27-20. I think offensively, Offensively, they are stout. Defensively, the Chargers are best in the NFL in opposing points per game at 13. However, the Bengals defense isn't that great either. But I think offensively, they overpower the Chargers. Also, you have to take into account that the Bengals fans, as you mentioned to me, may have a packed house there in LA and supporting their home Cincy team. So give me the Bengals tonight by at least a touchdown.
I like it. I'm going with the Bengals as well, but I think it's going to be a little bit more lopsided than that. Give me 31-17 off the back of 2 touchdowns from Chase Brown and a solid 100-plus yard game for T. Higgins. So as the greatest TV anthem in the history of the world is blasting through my ears, it is so good to be serenaded by Carrie Underwood every Sunday night, like she's been doing for the past 10 years. It really is something if you think about it. So this is a hypothetical. If Carrie Underwood was to stop doing the Sunday Night Football theme song, who do you think would be her replacement? Just hypothetical.
Oh my gosh. You hit me with the hard question. The first name that comes to mind, it wouldn't happen. It's just something that popped in my head. Would Taylor Swift get at all any sort of consideration considering what she means to football in the world right now with the Travis Kelce relationship and her connection to the NFL now? If Carrie were to not move forward, would they slide Taylor Swift in there? I don't know if they would, but I think maybe it would be something to consider. She kind of has that country background, that Carrie has as well. Faith Hill used to do it before Carrie, so
Yeah, I could see that. I would say Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, interesting.
Both are giant hits. I would love it if either of them did it. But enough about the pomp and circumstance. We got ourselves a football game in about 2 minutes as we're looking at Mike Tirico and the corpse of Chris Collinsworth that is somehow calling football games still, even though 90% of the NFL fan base wants him canned because of his talk about a certain Chiefs quarterback who took his first L of this season today.
Sure did.
Felt great, didn't it? So what are you seeing at the moment? Because I'm right now listening to Chris Collinsworth.
I'm seeing Carrie Underwood. Not like I'm seeing like Sunday Night Football and we're going to commercial now. Uber Eats.
All right, I just had to catch up live and we're at the same spot. So we're good. Okay, so what I was going to ask you, and I know you mentioned not to bring up LSU, but I feel like this could make a very good conversation. What was it like to you as an LSU fan watching Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on the same field?
2019 was a special time, JJ. It was a special time.
Who'd you like before LSU? I must ask that. Or have you always been an LSU guy?
When I was like a lot younger, I was a Texas Longhorn fan. But I mean like a lot younger. I've been an LSU fan for years. I mean, we're talking at least 7, 8, probably 9. So for a long time.
Good. So you were saying? Said 2019 was a special time.
Yeah. So 2019 was a special year for LSU football. Obviously, they didn't lose. Watching the connection between not only Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, but also Justin Jefferson and Joe Burrow was just something incredible. And it really all started with that Texas game, week 2, Saturday Night Football, where it was a back and forth game, and Joe Burrow at the end just made too many plays, and that's when you knew that team was going somewhere, and they were really special. And from there on out, they just kept doing the things that LSU would normally not do well, and they would lose to Alabama, and they would play in these close SEC games and not run away with them like they did in 2019, running away with the SEC championship, running away with the first college football semifinal game against CeeDee Lamb, Oklahoma, and Jalen Hurts led Oklahoma team. Was that Kyler Murray? I'm pretty sure it was Jalen Hurts.
For Oklahoma?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jalen Hurts.
I believe it was Hurts.
it was just and then Joe Burrow outlasting Trevor Lawrence in the college football championship was a game that will forever go down in LSU history as the greatest college football season and the greatest college football team in the history of the sport.
The 2001 Miami Hurricanes would like a word.
Defensively.
I think they are a better team, but that's just my opinion. But we're not here to talk about college football. We're talking about NFL football. So I do want to ask, why are there so many? Oh, by the way, I'm just now seeing the Julius Randle game winner. So that'll put a smile on your face just a little bit. You feel a bit better. Why are there so many bad football teams? Honestly, there's like 8 potential number 1 pick contenders.
There's a lot of 2-win teams, man. There's a lot of 2-win teams.
The Giants, Jackson, and 2 to 3 win teams. It's Giants, Jacksonville, New England, not New Orleans. Oh yeah, New Orleans won, so they're pretty much out of it.
New Orleans is at 4 wins.
They're pretty much out of it. Cleveland is another. Who else is there? I feel like there's one more I'm missing.
New England's at
Carolina.
Jets, Carolina, even Dallas has 3 wins.
The Jets, Dallas has 3 wins. Could you imagine the New York Jets, all these Giant fans think they're going to get Cam Ward, and then the Jets go out and take Cam Ward?
Could happen.
That would be hilarious. I for one, would just laugh my ass off. I did speak to my dad about this because he's a huge Giants fan. He told me that if the Giants were to draft Shedeur Sanders, he said, God forbid the Giants draft Shedeur Sanders, I may no longer consider myself a fan of this team. And the Giant fan roots in my family go 80 years deep, all the way back to 1941. Back when my great-grandfather was a Giants fan. No, Alex, Shedeur is not better than Cam Ward, but we will have this discussion later.
He might be. That's a discussion for another time.
We discussed that at halftime when we're looking at tanking teams. Or better yet, we could do it when we're discussing potential college football. Because I would love to have you on a college football stream because you seem to be more of a college football guy than an NFL guy.
I mean, I'm more of an NFL guy, but obviously I love college football.
I feel like I'm more of a college guy than an NFL guy.
Are you?
I feel like you are.
Yeah, I feel like you are.
I definitely am. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are about to be 15-0.
Did they pull that game out?
They're up 121-109. This is nuts. This is nuts.
They'll finally lose, son. You know we're about to kick off, right?
Yes, we are. Been waiting a long time for this, so let's get this banner up and running. As we now look at the Bengals offense, led by Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and friends. So, what are the keys to this game if you're Cincinnati?
I think it's firstly get T. Higgins involved, as we discussed earlier. I think that getting the ball to Higgins early and often is going to be important for them to move the ball down the field, take some pressure off of Jamar Chase. Look, the Chargers have the number 1 defense statistically in the NFL when it comes to opposing points per game. So you got to find a way to get that passing attack involved.
They start with a run up the gut. It's Chase Brown. They're getting him involved very early. And this Charger, you obviously mentioned this Charger defense. What Jim Harbaugh has done with this Charger team, he has basically made them Michigan in real life. In Michigan at the NFL level. Defensive, not too aggressive, but they will suffocate the life out of you. 2nd and 5, 14-24 to go here in the first quarter. Tight end in motion to the right side. Burrow, 4-man rush, looks, right side, it's caught. That is going to be number 81, Jermaine Burton. And it's a first down early for the Bengals. Did you at least see the run by Chase, the 2nd and 5 throw from Burrow?
It just happened.
It just happened? All right, so we're fine.
They're just showing the replay.
All right, so I'll go ahead just a little bit. Because right now we're looking at the standings of each conference, each division. The Chargers sitting at 6-3. as they honor Rodney Harrison, who, by the way, the youngins don't know, but Rodney Harrison was one of the best safeties to ever play the game. I know you remember him, potentially.
So would David Tyree.
Patriots fans would like to regret that. So what are you thinking so far with Burrow this game?
Well, Joe Burrow, that was a nice throw there on 2nd and 5. Burrow has played excellent this season, JJ. I mean, you want to talk about Lamar winning MVP after that game last Thursday? Well, just look at Joe Burrow's stats. I mean, he's thrown for 24 passing TDs and only 4 interceptions. He leads the NFL in passing yards as well. He's really been excellent this season. And so while the wins aren't there at 4 and 6, he's doing everything that he can offensively without T. Higgins to propel this offense.
So we're looking at the replay of the catch by Burton, and I don't think that's a catch as we go to a commercial. I don't believe that was a catch. Give me your opinion on that.
He was able to drag that second foot down. We're gonna have to take a better look at it.
From my angle, it seems like we are. By the way, just let me know when you're at that first commercial after the catch.
I'm currently in commercial right now.
All right, good. I don't think that is going to be counting as a completion. He did not get the second foot down until he was out of bounds. So I'm going to say that is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think from what I remember seeing, he dragged that foot as he was still out of bounds. He was going out of bounds. So I think it might come back as incomplete. 3rd and 5 for Cincinnati.
And that's exactly what the Chargers had to do early, was they got to get to Joe Burrow, make him make mistakes, and just shut him down. Because you obviously mentioned Yeah, Khalil?
No Khalil Mack tonight.
Sorry, you cut out for a second.
No Khalil Mack tonight, JJ.
Nope. And that is huge. Yes, and that is huge for the Chargers pass rush.
Now, my game's back on now.
So is mine.
I'm seeing the 4K Sky Cam. Oh, first down.
Bengals are looking. I am as well. Wow, they called it a catch.
Brown ran the ball for 3 yards.
Yeah.
Are we at the same spot?
Yeah. So 2nd down and 7. Yeah, I just went back about 10 seconds, so we're good. All right, now we can go back to doing our thing. 2nd down and 7. Shotgun formation for Cincinnati. Brown in the backfield. Burrow looking back at Taylor. Relays the signal to Brown. 2nd and 7. Burrow dropping back, under pressure, looking, rolls out, check down to Brown. It is caught, but forced out of bounds by, that's number 20 from Notre Dame, Cam Hart, as a fly just flew in the screen. Hate when that happens.
5 seconds ahead of me.
As now we look at this Chargers defense, and that's fine. There are a lot of under-the-radar players on this defense, and the one that really stands out to me the most is Alohi Gilman. He has had himself a great year so far at safety, along with Denzel Perryman at linebacker. Khalil Mack, one of the signal callers tonight for Los Angeles, as he's out with an injury. 3rd down and 6 to go for Cincinnati. Burrow looking right side and dropped by Higgins. On the coverage is Hart as an early 3 and out for the Bengals. I can't be that far ahead. Come on. Okay. So what do you think about that defensive stand by the Chargers early?
Excellent play defensively there. And I love that Joe Burrow's going to T. Higgins there on that first drive, obviously, as we talked about. But that's just a great defensive play by Los Angeles there, forced the punt early. Because what Cincinnati really needed to do, JJ, was come out and make a statement offensively to begin this game, and the Chargers were able to get the stop.
Fair catch inside the 10 as the Charger offense will take over. Now, this obviously we mentioned earlier in the pregame. This Charger offense is not crazy explosive, but they do what they have to do to get the job done. As you've seen, they have not played a single good team besides the Steelers, and they lost that game. If you look at the Chargers' resume, it is not good. There really isn't that good of any good wins on the season for Los Angeles.
They've had wins
a win against Cincy wouldn't make that much of a difference. First and
nice run there by Gus Edwards on first down. I think they have what the Chargers did this offseason, JJ, was get the entire Baltimore Raven backfield, who has been damaging to defenses in the past, and so now you bring him into a Jim Harbaugh system, and try to establish a run game between those two players, and I think it's excellent.
It's exactly what you have to do. As from what we've seen, this Bengals defense has just not been the answer at all so far. So we're going to see what happens here. I'm at third down right now. What about you?
Yeah, I'm now at third down. Just starting to show the replay.
All right, so I'll go back up just a little bit. Yeah, we should be fine. So they tried to, yeah, I know. They tried to get it to Dobbins. Couldn't really go anywhere.
Possible missed face mask call there, JJ. It's a close. It was a close.
I think he grabs the helmet and not the face mask.
He grabbed the helmet. It was a close call there.
People tend to mess that up, but they got the call right. That is not a face mask. 3rd down and 2. They give this one up the gut. He's going to lose yards. 4 Bengals in on the hit, led by Geno Stone and Trey Hendrickson, as the Chargers go 3 and out as well.
Not a fan of that play call at all. I don't know what you're doing an outside handoff on 3rd and 2. I love getting run game established early, JJ, but 3rd and 2, put the ball in Herbert's hands there from your own 18-yard line. That's a terrible play call there.
Or you just go up the gut with Dobbins. So now Scott sent to punt it away, and it's a beauty. This one's going to land at the 30. It will be returned, but not too much to gain for number 16. That is going to be Trenton Irwin, as now Burrow and the Bengals coming back out. And we will go to a quick commercial break. You're watching Empire Sports Media's Game of the Week. We figured everything out, everybody, so you're going to be having a smooth stream the rest of the night. I'm Jaden Seglow. He's Kyle Levinson. We'll be back in 30. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. We apologize for all the issues we had earlier today. I was having the same problems doing the Ravens game, I'll be honest. Like, my shit crashed twice. It was a nightmare. But yeah, we got it all figured it out. So we are all good to go. So now as we're taking a look at games that happened earlier today, one game that really shocked me was the Seahawks going into San Francisco, getting a massive win over the Niners.
How about that ending there? Oh, my gosh. What an ending.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Geno Smith with an incredible game-winning drive. I'll tell you, the way that he was able to make throws on that last drive and run it in for a TD there from about 15 yards out. You know what's great about Seattle? The way that they've been able to incorporate Jackson Smith and Jigba. This offense is too talented and young from a weapon standpoint to only have like 5 wins. You look at this roster offensively, and you're like, oh my gosh, this team is loaded. And I don't want this to be a diss on Geno Smith, but I just do believe that the future with this offense is very bright.
I agree. I don't want to say that Geno is holding his team back, but he kind of is. Also, my buddy's a Niners fan was saying how I miss you, D'Amico Ryans. I forgot that Brandon Staley is their defensive coordinator. Oh, Brandon Staley. Oh, I do not miss him at all as a Ram. I'm now realizing that he was completely bailed out by Aaron Donald his entire career.
Pretty much.
His entire tenure. So now 1st and 10, 10-17 to go here in the quarter. Burrow dropping back. Heavy rush from the Chargers. Gonna throw it. It is caught. Chase at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, and finally down at the 33. It's a good chunk pickup for the Bengals of about 40 yards.
Incredible play there from Jamar Chase. I mean, he always finds a way to get open. Burrow's going to find him, and he's able to get right into Charger territory. This is exactly what you want to see. Jamar Chase, after Justin Jefferson, is the second best receiver in football this season, although he leads the league in receiving yards, JJ, so he may be number one right now.
Chase is going to be the compensatory number one pick for sure.
He also leads in touchdowns.
Chase Brown gets a bit of a hole, but a flag is down, and this could be going against the Chargers.
How good has Chase Brown been for them this season, JJ? You lose Joe Mixon, and Chase Brown comes in, and he's been excellent for them. Offensively, he's got over 500 yards rushing for 5 touchdowns, but he's also been a threat in the receiving game in the past few games.
He has been excellent, to say the least. You cannot deny that at all. What is going on with my camera today? Jesus Christ.
It's another example of
this is a mess. You were saying about Brown?
It's another example of the non-paying of running backs in the NFL today. And you look at the way that you moved on from a guy like Saquon Barkley, and now the Giants have Tyrone Tracy, who's been excellent for them. You move on from a guy in Joe Mixon, who's been pretty good for you, but maybe not elite. And now he is on Houston, and Chase Brown's been a good fill-in. I think it's a very interesting concept that you've seen teams take up now. You look at the teams who are paying the running backs. Baltimore pays Henry, Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco. Those are the top of the top tier guys, and they deserve the money.
They absolutely do. So now 1st and 10 after the horse collar penalty. Burrow under center, looking, fires. It is caught. Chase tackled at about the 10-yard line. That's going to be number 6. Denzel Perryman. How about Denzel Perryman?
The entire Charger defense has been all over the field this season. As mentioned before, they lead the NFL in opposing points per game with only 13, JJ. But again, like you mentioned, their quality of wins is very low. And so this is a big test for them, the hardest opponent outside of the Chiefs that they're going to face this season. So this is a defensive game they have to step up for.
2nd and 5. Chase Brown up the gut. He will be just about a half a yard short. It'll be 3rd and goal coming up. No, like 3rd down at about 1.
I like the play call there on 2nd down, run the ball. But this is going to bring up a 3rd down for them, 3rd and short here. I think you probably target the end zone here. I think our 3rd and inches.
Run up the gut.
Right up the right 3rd and inches. I didn't realize 3rd and inches.
Oh my goodness. Zach Taylor is coming out in shotgun. Oh my goodness. 3rd and inches. They give it to Brown, and he will get it on the 2nd effort. Zach Taylor, you lucky man. You are lucky that Chase Brown got that 2nd effort. He was going to be stuffed short. Zach Taylor is such a hack. I hate to admit it, but it is true. He is such a hack, and I know you agree with me on that. Like,
JJ, it's one of the most annoying things. It's one of the most annoying things in football when you line up in shotgun on 3rd and short or 4th and short.
Brutal. Burrow looking, gotta do something, throws it. It is incomplete. He wanted Chase. Chase being locked down by Cam Hart. Notre Dame represent.
The play calling in this game so far, JJ, from both teams has been abysmal.
I hate
It's
it.
1st and goal at the 4. Run the ball.
Chase Brown's getting 5 yards a carry. Give it back to him, but you're going to go play action when Jamar Chase is clearly in a blender. What are you doing, Zach Taylor?
Not even just play action. It's play action outside the pocket. And you're shifting in one way where there's only one way to go to the football. No one's coming across to the other side.
I don't understand it at all.
No,
And Cam
second and
Ward
down.
in the 5th round is unbelievable. He's been phenomenal. They barely get the snap off. Burrow under pressure, just tuck it and run. Fires end zone. What is Joe Burrow doing? Oh my God. He could have tucked it
back, JJ. I think you're going to have a holding penalty, or it's going to be an illegal shift. Cincinnati.
Yes, it is. Even if you could have tucked it and ran or given the ball to Chase Brown on that wheel route, because he would have had a touchdown. Called back or not, so far the decision-making from Joe Burrow is so hot and cold, it gets frustrating, honestly.
I honestly think that the play calling is the biggest story of the game so
awful.
Yeah, clearly an illegal shift there, not set
at all.
Moves them back. Now it's 2nd down and long.
Now they're going to have to throw. 2nd and goal. Burrow looking, under pressure, tries to escape, gets it off to a lineman. So I guess you could say that's going to be an illegal touching.
It's going to be illegal touching on Cincinnati.
They should honestly just count that as a sack. Honestly. Count that as a sack for Joey Bosa.
JJ, this drive was all screwed up once they decided to throw the ball on 1st and goal at the 3.
Zach Taylor, everybody. This is what he does. Yep. It is an illegal touching penalty against the Bengals, to no one's surprise. Now they're backed up even further.
So, JJ, do you think that if Cincinnati...
Oh, no, it's grounding. Wow, they're calling intentional.
Oh, wow, they're calling it... He never moved outside the tackle box.
He's right.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there.
Not at all.
If he tried to get it to Higgins, it was a horrible underthrow. But that is intentional grounding, which is the correct call. Joe Burrow was just standing there like a sitting duck.
Look who's also making the impact play there. Joey Bosa, who hasn't had an incredible season when you look at the stats. I mean, he only has a couple sacks on the year, but no Khalil Mack tonight. Who's going to be your guy defensively? Of course, it's going to be Joe Bosa.
3rd down and goal. Play clock at 6. Burrow fires. It is caught to Jamar Chase. It'll be down about the 10-yard line. So we will now see the sight that has been so common in Empire Sports Media Games of the Week. I'm pretty sure we had 7 of these. Another field goal. There were, I think, 7 field goals in that Ravens-Steelers game.
Chris Boswell.
No, more than that, because Boswell had 6. Bates had like 3 in the last game with the Lions. Fairbairn, I'm pretty sure, had 3 in that game as well, plus the missed field goal. So now Evan McPherson from 26 yards out. Perfect start for his fantasy owners, the people that still own him because the Bengals offense is so high scoring. Snap good, kick on its way, and it is pure and right down the middle. Evan McPherson puts the Chargers up 3-0. As we'll go to a quick commercial break, you're watching Empire Sports Media's Game of the Week. Now for some highlights from the Orange and Blue crew. Just kidding. You're going to have to tune in on Sunday to find that out. And we are back. You all just got swerved. And it's not the first time I'm going to swerve the viewers because I do this every week. They think they're going to get something and they end up getting nothing. That's what makes it very special. But anyway, Kyle, I don't understand the incompetence level of some of these coaches. Like Sirianni, Zach Taylor. Like, it just blows my mind how these guys are such respected coaches. I really don't get it. Answer this for me.
Do you think that let's play out a scenario where Cincinnati does end up missing the playoffs this year. Let's say they go 8-9, and they continue on this track of losing close games and staying under 500. I don't believe that they are, but let's just say that they do. They lose tonight. They put themselves in a bit of a hole. Is Zach Taylor getting fired?
He might have to, honestly. He is not a good coach. He has costed the Bengals so many games. Like, it's rough. You don't know, but he's just costing them so many games.
It's a tricky one because there are times where you're like, okay, he's done a good job. And last year, Jake Browning comes in. He does a great job there. But then there's some games and times in games like right now where it's like, I'm not too sure.
The thing with with the Bengals last year, the reason that they didn't make the playoffs was because they lost in that game to the Steelers, where Mason Rudolph just absolutely tormented them on Christmas Eve. That was bananas.
Yes.
As we now are back from the commercial break, as we are now staring at downtown LA, one of the most beautiful and liberal cities on the planet, if not the most liberal city on the planet. As we now wait for the return, there it is, to SoFi Stadium. Evan McPherson, 1-for-1 on the day. Back to receive for the Chargers is Darius Davis. So here we go. McPherson sends it away, and we are back. And to no one's surprise, Davis takes a knee. I love how they implement this new kickoff rule to try to avoid touchbacks, but all it is touchback after touchback after touchback.
It's a high touchback percentage. There are specific teams that have grown to kick it before the end zone. It's whatever strategy that you want to develop. I think this new rule, JJ, gives you the choice to be strategic about.
Unfortunately, no one is strategic about it. 1st and 10. Herbert looking under pressure, evades one, and he is brought down. Who else but Trey Hendrickson?
11 sacks on the year,
4 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and long 4.
Number 1 in the league in sacks coming into Sunday. He's got 11. Make that 11 and a half. He'll get the half sack there with help. He's an absolute game wrecker this season.
You got to love Trey Hendrickson. It'll be Cam Taylor-Britt who gets the full sack. 2nd and 15. Herbert under pressure, looking, evades 1, evades 2. Justin Herbert, he's got grass ahead at the 45, and he will have a 1st down. What scrambling ability from J. Herb. It's a 1st down, LA.
This is a part of his game, JJ, that has to be unlocked, and I think we might finally be seeing it with Jim Harbaugh. I mean, Herbert can run the football. I remember his rookie season. There were plays that he made with his feet that you're like, wow, this guy can do it. He's a big, strong guy. I think got to have him more involved in the run game. I really do. I think Trevor Lawrence, guys like Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, they're a different looking guy. They have a lot of potential to move with their feet.
It's a gain of 20 yards. Herbert, shotgun set, looks, fires. It is complete to that looks to be number 42. Looks like that's the fullback. Tucker Fisk, the 4th string tight end for the Chargers. I don't know what Harbaugh is thinking right now, but that is a interesting play call if you wanted me to be honest.
Matchup to watch for, JJ, is left tackle Rashawn Slater versus Trey Hendrickson.
Herbert, 4-man rush, looking, floats this one. It is complete. There's my man, Ladd McConkey. He's got a 1st down. He is hurt.
There's a penalty. It might be coming back as an offensive penalty.
I think it is coming back.
But that's the rookie from Georgia who needs to get more involved. It's defensive holding.
So it will not matter. It is a 1st down for the Chargers. Some good. Yeah, that is going to go against number 29, Cam Taylor-Britt. We already mentioned him. Yeah, hopefully Ladd's okay. One of my favorite players in the league. I don't know why. I just really like him. He is a likable player. First down and 10. Herbert looking. Fires deep. It is caught. Touchdown. Will Dissly and the Chargers have the first score of the game. So if I were you, I would mute that computer because that air horn goes off a lot.
Pretty incredible play there from Justin Herbert. Look at that throw. Puts that ball on a string right into Will Dissly's arms, and it's a 6-3 opening lead for the Chargers pending the extra point. They're letting Herbert rip it early because there's really not a lot of runs called, and they're letting Herbert go vertically down the field, which is excellent.
That was a beaut. An amazing ball by Herbert as the Chargers lead it 7-3. They go out and they get the first touchdown of the game. We will not be going to commercial break because I got a little bit of an idea that I want to speak to Mr. Kyle Levinson about, and it is regarding the Jacksonville Jaguars' future. Is Dougie P going to get fired?
So I think tomorrow morning, it has to be the time where you let Doug Peterson and the offensive coordinator go. Regardless of when it happens, JJ, it will be before, let's say, Super Bowl Sunday or before New Year's Eve. It will be happening during this season from anywhere tomorrow morning till the end of the season. And this is a good move for the Jaguars. They may be 2-9, the worst team in football statistically, record-wise. But they are in a much better position.
Because the Giants had a bye week.
Than some may think. The Giants are actually 5th in the NFL draft right now because they don't have the tiebreaker over some of these other teams. But Jacksonville sits there at number 1. And with the loss of the head coach and offensive coordinator, which has brought them down as a team, the offense everywhere, there's a chance for them to go out and get new staff that is way more experienced in terms of the youth that the Jaguars have, and to be able to come up with better play calling and consistency and really help Trevor Lawrence take his game to the next level, because I've already seen Trevor Lawrence play better in ways this season. And if they do end up getting the first overall pick, JJ, could you imagine an offense with Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr., who's been phenomenal for them as a rookie, and Travis Hunter possibly, who can come in and play wide receiver as well as corner? I think Jacksonville is in a much better spot than maybe some think. But yes, Doug Peterson is getting fired as soon as tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So now be mentioned on Peacock, we do have some big plans for this channel this weekend. We will be going live this Saturday night, me and a good friend of mine, Connor Gaffney. You see him on this channel on the Golden Dome Daily Show, also a guest picker on J&J. Him and I will be joining forces to bring a very unbiased broadcast of Army Notre Dame this Saturday night at 8 p.m. on Peacock. As Dicker the Kicker sends it away, and it will be returned. We finally have a return, and he's got a bit of a block. Hold on a second. A good run by that appears to be number 34, Khalil Herbert. Look at that. Returning kicks. How about it? So now they're seeing Stanford Cardinals. 2006 were 1-11, 29-21. Then in 2010, the Niners were 6-10. Hired Harbaugh were 44-19. Michigan were 5-7, and with Harbaugh 89-25, winning the national championship. It just seems like Jim Harbaugh makes an instant impact no matter where he goes.
The hire has been everything that you would have hoped for as a Chargers fan.
And it goes to Chase Brown on the opening snap, and he maybe gets a yard as Someone just threw I think someone just threw a wristband or a glove down. That's number 44. It's even on my list. He is not even on my list. How the hell? I don't know what to say about that. So now let's see what happens next.
Some technical difficulties, I guess, on JJ's end, so I'll fill in for him. Burrow on 2nd and 8 goes to T. Higgins, who parries the defense with him past midfield into Chargers territory. Finally, a big play from T. Higgins late in the first quarter here. Must get him involved early and often. What a great play there from T. Higgins, carrying the defense with him. Good throw by Joe Burrow.
The internet just loves to crash on me.
I took over for you. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Huge play there from T. Higgins, carrying the defense with him past midfield. Great play by Joe Burrow.
So now it's 1st and 10. Burrow under pressure, rolling out, and he is brought down. It's a sack for the Chargers. It's a good play by number 45, Tuli Tupuleto. I believe that's how you say it. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, and I apologize in advance. You try pronouncing some of these names. It is not very easy.
No Orlando Brown tonight on the offensive line for the Bengals, which is a big staple for them. So look for the Chargers to be disruptive on the defensive line.
2nd down and 14 after the loss of 4 on the play. Burrow looking, fires, quick throw. It is complete to number 87. I believe that is Hayden Hurst. Or no, Drew Sample. I had the wrong tight end.
Well, Hurst is on.
Or no. Is it Hurst?
No, Drew Sample.
Oh, yeah, Hurst is on IR. It was Sample. Okay. Jeez, I'm having a rough night.
You can really see the physicality that Jim Harbaugh has brought to this defense for the Chargers. They play with more of a chip on their shoulder. They play with intensity. They've been getting to Burrow early here, so there's got to be a way for Burrow to find Chase or Higgins here on 3rd and 10. I think you look for one of them.
4-man rush. Burrow fires. It's caught. Drew Sample. He'll be about a yard. Or no, that's not Drew Sample. We were both wrong. We were both wrong. That's Tanner Hudson. We were both wrong.
Right.
Not looking good for either.
Tanner Hudson and Gesicki have both been good playmakers for them from the tight end spot for Burrow, but it's 4th and 1 here. Must go for it. No brainer.
Or are they going to try to get them to draw?
What do you do here, JJ, on 4th and 1? Do you run the ball up the gut, or do you find a little play action?
I say run it up the gut, but I think they're just going to try to get the Chargers to jump off sides, and no, they will take the timeout, leaving 1 second on the clock. This is it's been a struggling first quarter for both teams. Khalil Mack looks on, and he is feeling pretty good about this unit. And what's there not to like about this Charger defense? I mean, seriously, they've just been mauling teams from the start.
I got to be honest with you.
The culture is amazing.
I'm absolutely surprised by the way that they've been able to really step up this defense. There's a couple things. Firstly, Jim Harbaugh. That's not surprising. You knew that he was going to bring in a defensive culture and an active physicality. But the way that they performed in the past defensively, the underperformance is incredible. The leap that they've been able to make.
When Staley was at the helm, that defense was a nightmare. For so much for a so-called defensive genius, the man really was bailed out by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. So here we go, 4th and 1, and you're coming out of shotgun. Oh my goodness. Here we go. 3 seconds to play.
Gives you a mixed look.
And a timeout's called by the Chargers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It gives you a mixed look. You have no idea what as a defense, that's going to be tricky for you because when you come out in shotgun on 4th and 1, you're surprised as a defense, and so therefore got to call timeout there and readjust. I saw it right from the jump there. I mean, a completely mixed look. Great job there by Zach Taylor. They may stay in shotgun here. And I wouldn't be surprised if they run this ball up the middle with Chase Brown. They can even do a little bit of a read option play. There's a lot of possibilities for what they can do on fourth down. I think what I would do is I would throw the ball. If you're going to be in shotgun, I would do a little read option play and try to get this ball past the sticks.
A draw play could really throw off the Chargers because their linebackers has been flying off the line. I would not be shocked if the Chargers come out with 6 in the box.
I'll always
and they do. They do. 6 in the box to no one's surprise. 5 wide set, empty backfield. Bro, to throw, it's caught. T. Higgins. And the ball's out. It's a fumble. Oh, my goodness. Aloha Gilman is going to take this back. It's a scoop and score. The Chargers. What a way to end the quarter. And this looks like this will stand as a touchdown. We're waiting for the official ruling.
He may have been down, JJ.
I think he was. The Chargers think he scored. Taylor's going to take a look at this.
I think he was down.
We're about to see. What a chaotic end to the first quarter. Let's take a look. I think that's a hip. Is that a hip drop tackle?
He's
down. He is down. That looked like that could have honestly been a hip drop tackle.
See, Higgins is shaking up after the play as well.
Was that a hip drop tackle? I think it honestly may have been a hip drop tackle.
Considerable.
So that should be an extra 15 yards.
Boy, what a first down play by what an unbelievable play call, by the way. You set the pick play for T. Higgins to come out of, throw the slant. I mean, that was just textbook.
So that'll do it for our first quarter. We're going to be back with the ruling. It'll most likely be a first down Cincinnati, but when we come back, Bengals will have the ball start the second quarter. You're watching Empire Sports Media's Game of the Week back at 30. And we are back, just about ready to start the second quarter of action. What are your thoughts on this first quarter so far?
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the Chargers. I mean, obviously they had that touchdown. They're winning the game, but the way that the Bengals have been able to execute here on this drive has been impressive to me. This has been it feels like an evenly matched game because we know how dangerous the Bengals are offensively. They're moving the sticks on this drive. I think they may end up scoring here. But I've been very impressed with the clean game that the Chargers play with. You can see such a drastic difference between the team in the past couple of years between now. They play a clean game under Jim Harbaugh. Defense is always going to be into it physically. And offensively, you just got to let Herbert do his thing because he's just so talented. And once you get more and more help around him, because they lost a lot this offseason, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, once you get more around Justin Herbert, this team is going to be very dangerous down the road.
I agree. Now, when I look further at this Chargers roster, you don't see a lot of star power, but you see enough to get the job done. As we now come back to the NBC Sports 4K Skycam. Going right through beautiful SoFi Stadium and also the Intuit Dome, home of the LA Clippers. I tell you what they have going over there in that stadium, it just looks absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it is beautiful, JJ. First time I saw it on TV, I was mesmerized by how incredible it looks. I would love to get to a game there someday.
And the wall is awesome. First and 10. At the 27-yard line. They give it to Chase Brown. Sheds one, but he is brought down immediately by Denzel Perryman, and that looks to be number 48, Bud Dupree, who is shockingly still in the league. I'm amazed to hear that. I could have sworn Bud Dupree is like 36.
T. Higgins just can't catch a break with these injuries. He's got to be able to find a way to come back in this game if he's good to go because the Bengals are going to need him desperately. They cannot just keep relying on Jamar Chase all the time, even though he'll be there for them.
It's a shame, honestly, because I love watching T. Higgins. 2nd and 8. Burrow looks, fires, tipped in, incomplete.
Almost
It's Christian Fulton. But there is laundry on the field, however.
Are they going to call pass interference on Fulton here?
There's no way they call people. Wow.
That looked like a pretty clean play to me. We're going to have to see the replay, JJ, because we just got the end of it. Does he make any contact with him? Little bit of a hold, jersey tug. That's enough. That's enough for a penalty. It's a solid defensive play, but it's enough for a penalty.
So, yeah, that is an incredibly ticky-tacky penalty. I do not like that at all. As a defensive guy, I hate that they call that a penalty. 1st and 10 now for the Bengals. They give this one to Chase Brown, and he goes nowhere again. This time, it's Dian Henley, the inside linebacker, shoots the gap beautifully, closes down, and makes the tackle. And it's 2nd down.
Chargers top 10 in run defense. JJ only allowing 110 rushing yards per game. And Orlando Brown is out for Cincinnati. So I'm not surprised with the way that they've been able to stop the run so far today. Burrow is going to have to get it in the passing game. T. Higgins back in the game, by the way.
2nd and 8. Burrow looks his way, and Higgins has himself a 7-yard pickup on Cam Hart. Gain of about 6 or 7. It's now 3rd and short. If Zach Taylor comes out shotgun, I will lose my mind.
If T. Higgins can just stay healthy, JJ, alongside Jamar Chase, I mean, we saw the Bengals go to a Super Bowl with this offense, counting out Joe Mixon, of course, because he's not there.
Who did they lose to?
They actually lost to the Los Angeles Rams, who, if I'm not mistaken, that may be
they lost to him, the MVP, Cooper Kupp. 3rd and 2. Burrow, 4-man rush, fires end zone off the hands of the tight end. That's number 81, Jermaine Burton, as the Bengals will have to settle for another field goal. What are these play calls, Zach Taylor? I don't understand. I hate this call too.
So they set Chase in the backfield to start, maybe to set some sort of mixed emotion with the Chargers defense, but they end up doubling Jamar Chase, and they target Jermaine Burton, in the end zone, who I thought coming into the season, the rookie receiver from Alabama would be a bigger factor for them, especially with T. Higgins out, but he just hasn't been able to be that much of a factor.
McPherson's 2nd kick is pure. And the Bengals will cut into the lead. It is now 7-6 is our score. You're watching Empire Sports Media's Game of the Week. We are not going to commercial because we only do commercial for end of quarters because people are tired of seeing commercials and they hate commercials. And I'm sure Kyle and I also do not like commercials because commercials are annoying as hell.
Well, that's why NFL Red Zone on Sundays is exciting to tune into if that is what you do.
I do. However, I'm starting to realize that NFL Sunday Ticket might be the better option.
Well, that's what I watch. I watch on multi-box, and then I get some games on the computer. Sometimes I have Red Zone.
Yeah.
Sunday Ticket coming to YouTube TV is one of the best things that has ever happened to the NFL.
There are not a lot of good things that have happened to the NFL with some of these subscriptions and streaming platforms, such as the infamous Thursday Night Football to Prime, which has been an absolute nightmare.
Nightmare. At least the games this year have been somewhat better, to be fair.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about.
They've actually been pretty good.
They are getting better, to say the least.
Yeah.
Now, well, I was going to get into a word about this, but also The NFL is coming to Netflix on Christmas. I don't know about you, but considering how bad that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight went on Netflix, that stream is going to be brutal.
It's starting to concern me a little bit. I'm okay with it not working very well for the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, but when it comes to the NFL and my glorious sport of football,
Same.
I don't need any buffering during a Texans Chiefs and a Baltimore Pittsburgh game, or what is
Houston,
Kansas
Kansas City, Pittsburgh.
Kansas City Pittsburgh. I don't need any buffering there.
That could potentially, we could potentially be having a Chiefs versus Steelers AFC Championship game.
I don't even know if I can go there right now. I don't know if I can quite get there. Right, I can't get there yet. I don't know if I can get there yet.
I'm saying there's a chance as we now take a look at California powerhouse St. John Bosco, one of the best high schools in the country, getting whatever St. Margarita. Hell kind of name is St. Margarita. Whatever. 12:54 to go here in the second quarter. Chargers up 7-6, leading by it. Just a solid PAT as McPherson's second kick is away. No, his third kick is away. And Davis is going to run it out from inside his own end zone. And he is going to have a little bit of grass, but not too much there and out of bounds at around the 25. Now, I was looking at this earlier today, is that this Bengals defense is an atrocity. 26th in points allowed, 26.2 per game. They're struggling to find their catnip on defense. They're 31st in red zone defense. They've allowed a touchdown on 72% of drives and are a 2-3 record when scoring 30-plus points. The rest of the league, 63-3. It's embarrassing. Now 1st and 10. Gus in the backfield. Herbert drops back. Looking left side. It is caught. It is Quentin Johnston. And you want to talk about someone that is having a resurgence here. Quentin Johnston has been that guy for the Chargers.
How incredible has Justin Herbert been tonight, JJ? His accuracy is off the charts. And also, Quentin Johnston has been much better this season. He's got 5 receiving touchdowns, which the way things have gone in the NFL this year is actually pretty high on the list.
Yeah, because so many guys are getting so many touchdowns. So we got Nick Westbrook-Ighine getting a touchdown every game. Herbert, direct snap, looking, fires. Left side is caught by Disley again. He is down to the 29-yard line. Another one-play strike for the Chargers and another 10 yards for the Chargers.
The Bengals secondary, the step back that they have made from last year's Lou Anarumo's defense, how incredible it was last year. I don't know what's going on. I just don't know.
I don't think anybody knows. And unfortunately, that's a sad reality about this Bengals team. Herbert 5 for 5 for 97 yards. They give this one to Dobbins. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards. Now, that's a guy that a lot of people have been waiting to see when he's finally fully healthy. We're privileged enough to see it this year. Dobbins is a beast. Simple as that.
JJ, I would say let's get the more run game involved, but the way that Herbert's been slinging it, I would actually be fine with them just keep throwing the ball.
I agree 100%. 2nd and 7. Herbert rolling out to his right. Evades one as a fly flies back in the screen. End zone touchdown! Quentin Johnston! What a start for the Chargers.
Justin Herbert's been tonight. I mean, this guy is right now everything that he was supposed to be, and the way that he's been getting these wide receivers involved. When you look at this team on paper coming into the season, I'm like, this offense may have some problems. They lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Quentin Johnston was a disaster last year. I'm just not sure. But the way that he's been able to elevate their play offensively, boy, it's been incredible. This is incredible for the Chargers. This has been a very good watch so far.
Well said. what I'm witnessing, what we're bearing witness to as NFL fans, is something special with this Chargers team. Because seriously, you look at that receiver core. Everyone was saying at the start of the season, Herbert is a liability because of that receiver core. He doesn't have Keenan. He doesn't have Mike. Who's he going to throw the ball to? Josh Palmer, Ladd McConkey, and Quentin Johnston. I cannot believe I'm saying that. 10 games in, have single-handedly made Justin Herbert a legitimate QB. You give half the quarterbacks in the league that core, they're putting up average numbers. What Herbert's done over the last few weeks has just been incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
So this kind of reminds me, and a lot of Giant fans were telling me how they really did not like the Daniel Jones draft pick from the start, and they wanted to wait another year. What they could have done, and I'm being honest, is let Eli play that final 2019 season. Go out and get yourself Justin Herbert in the draft. You would have been high enough to pick him. But the Chargers got him because everybody was so high on Tua and Herbert. It's amazing. I don't understand why so many people just made Justin Herbert look like he was forgotten. He didn't have no Josh Rosen type hype, but like it's amazing how that happens.
Well, JJ, if you remember, Justin Herbert made that decision to go back to college for an extra year, which kind of came as a surprise for some, at least myself. He was probably going to be maybe possibly a little bit higher up in the draft the year prior if he didn't decide to go back. But he ended up going back to school for another year, didn't really lose too much of his stock, still went in the top 6. But Miami fell in love with Tua, who had a great career at Alabama. Obviously, Joe Burrow had that masterful season at LSU, ended up going number 1 overall. So Herbert ends up being the third quarterback taken in the draft, and the Chargers made the right selection.
Yeah. The first time the Chargers hit on a QB since Justin Herbert. As we're looking at next week's Sunday night game, the 8-2 Eagles and the 5-5 Rams will be back live for this game next week. Kyle probably won't be, but I 100% will be. We'll see. Kyle's probably going to become part of the rotation very soon because this guy just knows his stuff. And
JJ, I'm very much I appreciate that. I'm very happy to be here as well. That is a very good game next Sunday night. I'm looking forward to it.
If you're interested, I'd love to have you back. As this one is going to be a field for a touchback. As now we take a look at the Bengal offense. 2 drives, 2 field goals. Chargers offense, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. 6 for 6, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, Justin Herbert, I'm pretty sure would have, what is the perfect pass rate again? 235, something like that. It's crazy high. It ain't 158.3.
158,
higher than that. It's amazing. So now 1st and 10 for Burrow and the Bengals. Play action. Burrow heaves one just out of the reach of Gesicki. Looked like it spiked the turf, and it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down.
JJ, it's a miss from Joe Burrow. That's a miss. That's a miss from Joe Burrow. You don't see that often. I don't know what he's looking at. I mean, clearly he's open, and over the middle of the field, he just steps up in the pocket and absolutely misses. I will say Gesicki kind of fell back a little. Burrow put it exactly where he was going to be. Gesicki kind of runs past the route, and Burrow looks like he was falling down. He's made the throw short of the sticks. It's just a miss.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. 2nd and 10, Burrow, quick throw. It is caught. Who else but my man? That is not Chase Brown. That, my friend, is Andre Ishavas, who has had himself a very good year.
He's been that third guy. He's been that third guy, not Jermaine Burton, but it's been Ishavas, who's had some pretty spectacular plays early in the season. Now that T. Higgins is back, his usage is down, but he's somebody who Burrow has relied on at times this year.
66 degrees inside SoFi Stadium. It's now 3rd down and 4. Chargers showing blitz. Burrow, pocket collapses, and he goes down. On the 5-man rush, Tui Tupuleto comes in with the sack, and it's 4th down, and Zach Taylor is going to have to punt this one away.
JJ, this one's on Joe Burrow. Immediately steps up in the pocket, thinking he's going to want to play like the QB draw and step up and try to run for it. You see right there. But the defense by the Chargers, they're just too physical and tough, and winning against this offensive line, they're able to get him down. Another bad play from Joe Burrow. That was a 3-and-out that I put blame on Burrow for because he was not able to make smart decisions at all, which is very rare.
And that one takes a Charger bounce to about the 27-yard line. So the Chargers will have peak field position as Justin Herbert getting ready to go back out there, and he is having himself a Phillip Rivers-esque start to this game. Something that I never thought I'd say about a Chargers quarterback ever again. If I take a look at the replay one more time, you could argue that was a missed block by the right guard of the Bengals, but you can't just walk right into a sack. That Ted Karras wasn't bad, but you just can't do that walking into a sack. It's now 1st and 10, 9:28 to go here in the second quarter. Fullback in motion. They give this one all aboard. The Gus bus is leaving the station, and he's got himself a 6-yard gain.
Going back to that last play just for a minute, JJ, Joe Burrow's eyes probably widened when he saw the space that he could have had if he did step up in the right direction or there was a free block made for him, but he just runs right into the block and makes the poor choice. I could see what he was thinking, though, but he should have stayed back in the pocket and made the throw.
Well said. 2nd down and 5. Disley goes in motion on the right side. Herbert back to throw, looking, gonna take off just over the 50, the 45, the 40, still going at the 35 and out of bounds at the 31. Justin Herbert, you, sir, are back at Oregon. Wow.
JJ, I have no words for how incredible this man is playing right now. And I don't understand what's going on defensively for Cincinnati. They just completely look lost. They have no idea what they're doing with Justin Herbert. The secondary is completely unmatched right now, and they're not able to get any pressure. And when they were able to get pressure, like on this play right here, Herbert's able to step up in the pocket and use his legs and speed, which is something that he needs to utilize more often.
Well said. And it's amazing the fact that Herbert has just been phenomenal. Justin looking. He stays perfect. He's got Davis for a 1st down and more. As my old head coach would say, the Bengals defense looks lost in the sauce. They just look terrible.
This is another excellent A-plus play by Justin Herbert. Wants to go deep. Could have had Palmer if he waited about a half a second longer for probably a touchdown. But he's still able to go out to the flat to Davis, who makes a great play.
7 for 7 to start this game. A perfect start for Herbert. And they give this one to the Gus bus. Runs a man over, and he's got 9 on the second effort.
JJ, I got to tell you, my Bengals Super Bowl pick, or at least possible Super Bowl appearance of an idea before the season is not looking good right now.
I have the Bengals missing the playoffs. Just letting you know that.
Well, right now your pick's looking a lot better than maybe mine because this is a huge game for Cincinnati, especially against a team that they need to surpass in the playoff rankings.
2nd and inch because the Chiefs ain't letting up anytime soon. 2nd and inches, they give this one to the Gus bus, and he gets down inside the 4. I mean, talk about the Chargers literally took the Ravens running backs and are now using them to their own advantage. Have you seen that, by the way? Seriously. Both of the Ravens' old running backs are now the Chargers 1 and 2.
It was a great addition for them. And JJ, on this drive, no more throws. Just running from now on. They'll punch it in. Just continue to run up the gut here with Dobbins now in the game.
1st down and goal for LA. Never mind. They're going to throw. Herbert, 7 for 7, and his perfect game is over.
See, that's one of those plays that frustrates me as
a flag. And now we'll flag. This could potentially be intentional grounding. Oh, no, it's on the defense. Wow. So Joe Burrow's perfect night continues. It's on B.J. Hill. An unnecessary roughness. Let's see the penalty. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No.
The Chargers.
No. Come on.
Chargers just caught such a big break there.
That's awful. Unnecessary roughness?
I'm not
Are
sure
you
if I
kidding
feel
me?
that.
That's terrible.
It's another one of those ticky-tacky, weird.
No, that's not ticky-tacky. That was just bad. Oh, my God.
In real time, that's horrible. That's horrible. In real time.
Herbert, 7 for 7, dropped, and now his perfect day is over. He wanted Fisk, the tight end.
See, JJ, I don't know what you're doing. This is what really bothers me. Like, it really does. It's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. You've been able to run the ball effectively on this drive. I just don't. I understand the pass game's been working. It's 1st and goal at the 3. You have control of the football game. Do you know how you can stay in control of a football game? It's by running the football. Okay? I want to see them run the ball here on 2nd and goal from the 2.
I don't understand it at all. I'm the opposite of lethal shooter. 2nd and goal, Hassan Haskins will be short. At the half-yard line.
Close. He's so close, JJ. I think you may see Herbert try to get one right over the plane right here on 3rd and goal.
I would not be shocked to see him.
He may have gone in from the overview. I think that's a touchdown.
Let's see.
Oh, the ball.
No,
he turned his body. The ball may be just short. I think
3rd and goal now. Jumbo package. Herbert Haskins does not get in.
Not the right play call.
He is short. Now decision time. Under 5 to go. You get the ball at half. I'm going for this. I am going for this. As BJ Hill.
Oh, that's a touchdown.
Oh, is it though? Let's see. I got to get a look at this.
I thought he got in.
No, God, no. Not even close.
From the over, no, you're right. He's not in. But from the overhead perspective, it gives you a much different.
So here we go. 4th down and goal. It looks like the Chargers are going to try to go for a sneak.
Timeout.
But no, Herbert calls time. 4th and goal. I hope they don't kick this field goal. Go for it. Try to go up by 14 points, or 15 points. Honestly, knowing Jim Harbaugh, they're going to come out heavy jumbo, and Herbert's going to just go up the gut. He's averaging, 20 yards a run? I don't care if it's up the middle. Give him the damn ball.
This would be a very big break for the Bengals if they can come away with a stop here. But what I'm really disappointed in right now is the play calling inside the red zone here for the Chargers. They decided to call multiple passing plays that have gotten them absolutely nowhere. They got lucky on one of the penalties. And now you're sitting here 4th and goal, big-time decision. Trust Justin Herbert, big body to stick it right over the plane. I've seen this many times done with quarterbacks where you just put your one arm right over the cross of the plane. It's a touchdown. I don't know why they didn't do that on 3rd and goal. You're stuck here.
I say just push him. I say push him.
Yeah, maybe they run like a Philly play.
You want Philly? 4th down and goal.
Push.
Play clock at 14. Herbert. Dobbins is in, and there's no doubt about this one. Touchdown, Chargers.
Pretty incredible play by J.K. Dobbins, I'll tell you. I mean, the blocks were there, but J.K. Dobbins did the extra work in making the jump over the plane. This was just pretty much outside of maybe a couple of play calls, JJ, another outstanding drive by the Chargers here, who are putting up a lot of points on the Bengals here in the first half.
Did not expect that at all in this one. We look like absolute idiots right now.
Yeah, our picks aren't holding up.
It's not going well. But shout out the Chargers and shout out Jim Harbaugh for just going absolutely off the rails So I'm sure you probably know this very well. You are an NBA guy after all. You know
More technical difficulties on JJ's end. So until he comes back, let's just talk about the way things have gone in this game so far. I mean, look, for Cincinnati, I think there's the bigger storyline for the Bengals because what they need is – oh, good, you're back.
we're gonna have to run a connection test after this. This is just getting ridiculous. That's the third time that has happened today.
Don't worry, I was filling in for you.
I appreciate that. So, like I was saying before my thing cut out again, you obviously are a big NBA guy. Unfortunately, you are a Minnesota Bulls fan. Your suffering will never end, it looks like. But you obviously know a guy by the name of Sir Charles Barkley, correct?
Of course.
And what is the one thing that he is absolutely terrible at?
There's quite a few. What in golf?
If you guess naming what teams players play for, congratulations, you are correct. What I have in front of me is a good old-fashioned NFL player generator for a nice little round of who he play for. Let's see if you can do better than Charles Barkley.
He is pretty bad at that. Yeah.
All right, our first player. What team does Xavier Hutchinson play for?
Xavier Hutchinson plays for the it's a good one. The Raptors?
I said NFL players.
Oh, I thought you were doing NBA.
No, NFL. Xavier Hutchinson. Come on, that should be easy now.
Oh,
you've seen this team very often.
Why am I bugging right now? Honestly, I know Xavier Hutchinson.
How are you not gotten this yet? You know who Xavier Hutchinson is.
I do, and you know I know football. Well, the game's back.
Yeah, what do this at halftime? It was the Houston Texans.
Right,
we're off to a brutal.
I knew that.
We are off to a brutal start on who he played for. Maybe we will do NBA. Because that was embarrassing.
To all the viewers out there, believe me, my football knowledge is far and beyond good. That's not a good representation. Just FYI.
That is so. What are we saying? That was a fluke.
That was a mess up. I'll give you that. That performance was like the way Joe Burrow's playing so far tonight. All right.
First out of 10 is Chase Brown picks up about 6 yards on the play.
Speaking
not
of
going
Joe,
his way.
He's got it.
It's a doozy so far. Speaking of Joe Burrow.
Here's the thing, JJ. I will never not have confidence in the Cincinnati Bengals because they have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and they can be explosive offensively at any point in any time in the game. It's the defense that really worries me. I think they'll get it going offensively. That's not a problem for them. But this game in particular has really shown that the Chargers' physicality defensively has been able to take over, and the offense has been able to feed off their success. Xavier
well said.
Of course. Please for the Texans, Kyle. Jeez.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kyle, you may have to get one of these.
That's fair. I'm going to get my redemption. Don't worry.
Second down and 5. Burrow, under a heavy rush, escapes the pocket, floats when the chase is caught. He is tackled by the captain, Denzel Perry.
JJ, this play would have worked beautifully if Jamar Chase would have just gotten free a couple seconds earlier. He was trying to break through the defense there because at first, when you watch the replay, and you'll see it here, He lines up in the backfield and he tries to go through the blockers, and he's just a little bit too much to the left. Burrow eventually is able to find him before he goes down, but Chase would have had a first down if he was able to go through the blockers sooner.
3rd down and 3.
They must convert this.
Have to. Burrow looking, and they will not. Stacked again, this time by number 95, Poona Ford from the Bills. And it's another 3 and out for the Bengals.
Burrow was a statue on this play, JJ. All I needed was one thing from Joe on this play, and that was to move. And all he did was stand still. And of course, the Chargers get right to him. T. Higgins is Burrow's got to move, man. He's got to move. I don't know what he's doing on this. Burrow looks very off tonight. He doesn't look focused. There's something wrong. And I can't.
This will be fielded at the 20. He is cut down immediately. Great play by that is going to be number 26, Tyson Anderson. The nice textbook tackle for a gain of nothing. And here comes Herbert and his offense. He is, I'm pretty sure, 8 for 9 on the start this one. He has been phenomenal. So now we're looking at J.K. Dobbins. Yeah?
No, I was going to say, you might want to give me another one of those who he played for soon so I can get my...
All right. I got somebody new.
Get that bad taste out of my mouth.
Herbert, draw play, and Hendrickson is there. So now you're thinking, if you're the Bengals, you have to get a stop and potentially a score before half. You are only down by 2 scores, but you don't want to go down into half down 3 scores. You have to get a stop on this drive. It's a must.
I feel as if the Chargers may try to play a little conservative here, in which the Bengals should take advantage of. They'll take it down to the warning here, though.
Of course they will. So now we can get ourselves a full round of who he played for after the embarrassing start by Kyle Levinson.
Oh, they ran a
All right, here's one you should know. Oh, they actually ran a play. And it's a first
play.
down by McConkey. First down. And now we go to 2-minute warning. Yeah. Your next player, you better get this one. Sione Takitaki.
That would be the Cleveland Browns.
You're wrong.
He was on the Browns last year, though.
He plays for the New England Patriots.
He was on the Browns last year, though.
Well, he plays for the Patriots, so you're wrong. 0 for 2 for Mr. Levinson. Who does John Feliciano play for? This is an easy one.
That would be the San Francisco 49ers.
There you go.
Giants last season.
Next up, David Ajabo. Who does David Ajabo play for?
That would be the Baltimore Ravens.
There we go, Kyle. We're in a rhythm. Who does Kalike Hudson play for?
Who?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Who does Dante Fowler Jr. play for?
Dante Fowler is now on the Kyle. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Former LA Ram and Atlanta Falcon.
And Atlanta Falcon and Jacksonville Jaguar. Dante Fowler is now a part of the. Give me a second. I will get it. I promise. Just got to give me a few seconds.
Hey, you're doing better. You are doing better than Charles Barkley.
Oh, 100%. I will get it. Just give me a few seconds. Not the Colts. We just no. Is it?
I'd be shocked if you don't get this. You're saying Tampa?
Tampa? Who's he on?
Washington. They just played on Thursday night.
Yeah, but
he starts for them.
Yeah, he's not a huge factor.
All right, I'll give you an easy one. What about Camu Grugier Hill?
The Houston Texans.
Wrong again. Minnesota.
Oh, Grugier Hill's now on the list. Oh, yeah.
All right, you went 2 for 5. Somehow better than Charles Barkley. Maybe you do better on the NBA round.
Rough day.
Brutal performance like Brian Kelly in a big game. 1st and 10, a minute 56 to go.
Yeah.
I had to throw at least one Brian Kelly shade at
That's
on that
all
one.
right. No, you're not wrong.
Burrow looking right side. It is caught by Josh Palmer. Another first down. I'm mesmerized.
I thought they may be conservative here, JJ, but I am glad that they are not because they're sticking with what's working. They're letting Herbert just absolutely unleash these incredible passes down the field. Love the idea of going vertically, not horizontally. They have a chance to score some points here to even extend this lead before the half.
I love how they're trying to run up the score. Herbert looking, going deep, and he missed a guy by about 10 yards, and he throws that ball into Narnia, and it's incomplete. Oops. There really isn't anything negative you could say about Herbert. I mean, the dude's been so good. I mean, he was due to make at least one mistake. I don't want to call that a mistake, but
it wasn't a mistake. Tony Romo was talking about this earlier during the Chiefs game. Sometimes throwing it away isn't actually a bad play. It's a good one.
2nd and 10. Now they go with the run. It goes to Dobbins.
Cincinnati here. You got to call timeout. You got to call timeout.
Zach Taylor, is he letting this clock run?
You got to call timeout if you're Cincinnati.
Zach, what are you doing? Zach Taylor is letting the clock run.
I'm not sure I understand this idea.
I don't understand it at all.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
3rd and 8. They don't burn the timeout. I'm stunned. Play clock at 4. Play clock at 3. Herbert dropping back. Rolls out. And he's going to have a first down.
Incredible.
That's on you, Zach Taylor.
Incredible.
It's amazing. The incompetence level is off the charts. It's bad enough because Zach Taylor left 14 points on the board, as we saw in those first few drives. This is a mess.
It's night and day between both teams. It's night and day. You can see all of the differences as clear as day. I mean, it's incredible how much better the Chargers are playing than the Bengals right now, from top to bottom. Coaching, play calling, execution, and discipline.
Now Herbert keeps on the draw, and he goes nowhere. It's Hendrickson, as Zach Taylor really doesn't have a choice, but is once again just not using his timeouts.
JJ, that was a bad outcome of a play, but I love the play call because what they thought right there is, look at the way Herbert's been able to run the ball. Let's give him the chance to make.
They're going tempo offense here. Herbert wanted McConkey, and it's incomplete.
Trying to go a little bit faster.
Leave a flag. There's laundry on the field.
Could it be a late hit against Herbert? I'm trying to.
Hendrickson is irate.
It could be a late hit.
And it's roughing the passer against Hendrickson.
Wow.
I swear, if this is another soft call,
let's take a look. Let's take a look.
The last one was bad.
Last one was bad.
Let's see. It's a good rush. He's getting held, by the way.
He's getting held. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
No way. And he was getting held by Slater. This is a disaster.
This is an awful game for defense.
Okay, that one didn't look great. Okay, that one didn't look great.
Herbert going slant or crosser route. Will Disley's got it, another first down. And Herbert's saying, go. Herbert's saying, go. We want more points, as Herbert's going to look to spike it. And he does with 13 seconds left. Zach Taylor does not know what hit him.
Bengals are just so out of sync right now. They have no idea what they're doing. They're letting these plays up the seams with the tight ends just completely take advantage of them. I'm not sure where the safeties are. I do know where one safety is from Cincinnati. He's all the way in Atlanta. They're missing Jesse Bates really badly right now.
They just let him go. That was a crazy move when it first happened. Now 2nd and goal. McConkey in motion to the left side, along with Palmer. Goes back to the right side. Herbert looking under pressure. Got to do something, and he throws it away.
Smart play there by Justin Herbert. Brings up 3rd down. It pretty much works out. 3rd and goal, 8 seconds left. Gives you enough time for one play and then kick the field goal if it doesn't work out. Trey Hendrickson.
I agree with Hendrickson. He was getting held.
He was getting held on the same play.
But now, could this potentially be intentional grounding? No. I don't know. I don't think so. 3rd and goal. Herbert looking. End zone. Incomplete. He wanted Palmer. That's going to be a flag.
Wow, they threw a flag. But JJ, this raises the question. Do you try to go for the points?
Yes,
I mean, the touchdown? 4 seconds left.
Up the middle. You sneak it up the middle with Herbert.
Yeah, but if you don't get it, you risk not getting a field goal out of it.
But it's fine. You're up by 15 points right now. You're in a position where you can take risks.
But you have you can make it a 3-possession game rather than just 2.
I'm an aggressive I'm aggressive. I say go for it. That's gonna be against Josh Newton. That ball is uncatchable. Come on.
I've seen worse balls, and they still call a penalty, so I'm not opposed to that.
Dicker, the kicker, is going to kick no matter what. I don't agree with the decision by Harbaugh.
They're making
Nevertheless,
it a game.
Yeah, but that same result would have happened. So now Dicker hooked it a little bit off to the left, but the kick is good and right down the middle. 24-6 is our score at the half. Chargers are running away with it. Now, the last time we did one of these games, it was the Lions and the Texans on Sunday night, and we all know how that game turned out. So let's hope that this second half is on as much methane and coke as the first half was, because that was absolutely awful. And I don't know why they're interviewing Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor should be disgusted right now. His first time trailing at half in the last 8 games.
Wild. That's wild. JJ, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Me too. We'll be right back as we cue the instrumental music. We'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes. You're watching Empire Sports Media's Game of the Week. Here is some night driving music. And we are back. Well, I'm back. Wait on my man Kyle.
I am here as well.
Both got our waters. Halftime thoughts so far.
The Chargers are in complete control of this game. What really sticks out to me, JJ, is the way that the quarterbacks have performed. Herbert's completely outplaying Joe Burrow. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they've been able to make the smarter decisions and play more to their abilities. Joe Burrow has not been able to do that. And what's funny is it's so clear in this season, right? You look at coaching, it's been the absolute storyline of 2024. Joe Burrow is better than Justin Herbert. And he also has, without question, a better team around him when it comes to guys like Jamar Chase, a healthy T. Higgins, right? Those are better weapons than anything that Justin Herbert has or has ever had. But it's a completely lopsided game because Jim Harbaugh has been the difference maker in this Chargers team. Outside of Justin Herbert, if you can give a coach an MVP, I'm giving the MVP to Jim Harbaugh today.
I agree. Today or in general?
Today.
Outside. What he has done today, he has called a near perfect game, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
There isn't really anything negative to be said about him at all. Now, as we go through, I guess you could say you could call this the fastest 3 minutes in the National Football League. You could technically call this a 2-minute drill, whatever you want to call it. But if you don't mind, there was a thing that I used to do back when I was in charge of the video production team at with Goldback Television.
JJ's stream technical difficulties again. While he's trying to get his thing set up back on his end, let's discuss maybe some of the earlier games from today.
I'm gonna crash the fuck out. That has happened for a fourth time.
You froze for a while.
Yep, because the whole thing just closed out on my end. But yeah, let's go through it. These games nice and quick. Let's start off from the very top, the 1 o'clock window. They're featured on the score ticker. We had ourselves some very interesting windows. Starting off with the Dolphins and Raiders. Dolphins went out and absolutely mauled another team. Per usual, they go out and win 34-19. Anything surprise you at all in this one?
Miami looks like the Miami Dolphins again. I mean, with Tua back, it's a night and day difference with their offense, able to roll, stay in control. And what's really good about for the Dolphins right now, JJ, is they only have 6 losses, which is only one outside of the wild card spot. And if they can go on a little bit of a roll here and string some wins together, they're going to put themselves right back into wild card consideration.
They very well could. Next up on the docket was the Saints and the Browns, a game that was close for a while, but Dustin Hopkins had other plans, missing 2 field goals right before halftime. And then this game will now be known as the Taysom Hill game.
I don't understand why Taysom Hill doesn't get used more. It's funny, JJ, doesn't it feel like Taysom Hill has like only 7 or 8 games per year where they actually use him a bunch, and then the other games it's just like he's sitting on the bench or he just comes in for a play or two. Why does he not get used more often? He's an absolute cheat code.
He really is a cheat code if you think about it coming to fruition.
Jameis Winston threw for a whopping 395 yards. His completion percentage was pretty high too. I need a 106 passer rating. Winston was not the problem today for Cleveland.
Not at all, but they still lost by 21 points. The problem, the Browns unit they call a defense, that was absolutely disgusting.
JJ, I think when you talk about when the season comes to an end, or at least right now, if I were to give you my list of top 10 biggest disappointments of 2024 NFL, the Cleveland Browns defense is on that list.
I agree. And nothing too crazy happened. We already talked about the Colts. We already talked about the Packers. We already talked about the Lions stopping. I don't even think you want to talk about that. They lost. Doug's going to get fired. So, honestly, I think you're the one that really came out with the win. But if we're going to go back to if we're going to go, nothing really too crazy happened besides those games that we already discussed. No. The Rams played down to competition, but the offense exploded again, getting a nice win over the Patriots. You thought we were dead. You thought we were looking flat, but that's what happens.
They came out flat.
That's what happens. Play down to competition. You got the Eagles next week, and that's that. The Bronco defense looks like an absolute unit, and the Chiefs took their first L of the season. That is your somewhat 2-minute drill as we are just about ready to begin our third quarter of action. Thank you for watching the Empire Sports Media halftime show. And now back to LA for the third quarter as Ed McPherson boots it, and we are officially underway. Fielded for a touchback at the 30. What you munching on there, Kyle?
Oh, carrots. Sorry, I had to get my halftime snack. I'm hungry. But keys here for me in the second half. Obviously, I want to focus more on the Bengals because they're the losing team by quite a margin. Is they got to set the tone defensively somehow. I don't know how they can because nothing is going well for them. They got to find a way to get to the quarterback because if Herbert's going to be under pressure, he's shown that he can possibly make a mistake or two. But they're playing a very clean game offensively, so the Bengals got to get to the quarterback.
They did not get to him that time as Herbert finds Dobbins again, a nice little 5-yard pitch and catch, and it's second and medium. So tell me if you think this, because obviously this game is getting way too out of hand. I do want to talk about this. This was you obviously know I went to Buffalo Wild Wings with a few of my friends. I don't know if you knew that. You're following up in the chat. They have this deal where you could get 6 items for the cost of $19.99.
They do.
And I ordered 20 boneless wings, fries, and tots. And I got like 4 drinks refilled. I have not eaten since, and I don't think I'm going to be eating till breakfast tomorrow morning. Because that is just beautiful. You know what else is yeah. You know what else is beautiful? Watching Joe Alt block for the Chargers.
I figured you'd say that. That dude is the stud. JJ, does Notre Dame ever miss on offensive tackles? No.
Nope. Especially
Quentin
not
Nelson,
with
Joe
Ronnie
Alt.
Stanley.
Did Mike McGlinchey go to Notre Dame?
Yep. Ronnie Stanley. That's another one. 3rd down and 7. Herbert looking, going deep right side. Nearly hauled in by Quentin Johnston. But
finally, an excellent defensive play. Yep.
A 3 and out. Finally.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals have life defensively.
This is an awesome play by the rookie Josh Newton from TCU. Right there on Quentin Johnston, his college teammate. This was a great play because this is a good throw by Justin Herbert. Maybe a touch underthrown, but his former college teammate sticks with him. I love how they're going to Quentin Johnston more often. They're trying to get him more involved in this offense because he's had a better season. Love to see those two TCU guys going at it, though.
It's a good return for Irwin. He's got a bit of a block and down to the 26. Scored about a 20-yard punt return, and the Bengal offense will take over. And now we take a look at our 4K Sky Cam presented by Walmart. Not our Sky Cam, but the NFL Sky Cam. Joey Bosa has been a house wrecker today. He has been phenomenal. You know who else has been phenomenal? Tuli Tupuoto. He has also had himself a great day. You know who's also had himself a really good game? Puna Ford. You know who's been great calling plays? Khalil Mack. 1st and 10. Joey B fires. It is a rare drop by Jamar Chase.
What are you doing?
You don't see that very often.
That is a rare drop. This is JJ. This is how you can tell the Bengals are just out of sync. When simple plays that they would make in their sleep are just going completely in the wrong direction. Jamar Chase doesn't drop passes. I mean, come on. This was a huge stand by the defense. Sets the offense up to make points on this drive. Not a good way to start.
2nd and 10. Burrow under pressure, and he just has to spike it. What this offense? You feel like you're not watching Joe Burrow. You think you're watching Garrett Nussmeier right now.
That's exactly what I feel like. This is not Joe. Bring me Joe Burrow. Where's Joe?
Oh,
this is not Joe Burrow.
This is Ohio State Joe Burrow. This ain't LSU, baby. What are you doing?
These are not my LSU Bengals. These are not my LSU Bengals that I'm used to. 1 for 7 on 3rd downs tonight. I mean, oh my gosh, come on.
3rd down and 10. 5-man rush. Burrow floats one incomplete. And there are no flags on the field. Another 3 and out for the Bengals.
JJ, there's just no confidence in this team right now. Look at Joe Burrow walking off the sideline. He's just completely under duress, out of shape.
Deflated.
Chargers getting the best of the Bengals by a lot tonight.
I don't even know if that was a flag. I think he just tripped. So the punt is away. It's a beautiful punt as he backpedals inside the 5. Flag is down, however. And I think this could be beginning to push the Chargers back a little bit. It's a good tackle by number 45 of the Bengals. That's going to be Mama Najung Meta. And it looks like this flag will be against Cincinnati.
Is it on the? It's, you know.
Yes, it is.
JJ, an eligible man downfield is like one of my least favorite calls in all of sport.
I agree. Well, now they got to kick again. So now you're thinking there's no way this guy can get this punt up again. Not that deep. Those are punts that only happen like once every 2 to every 5 punts. You're not going to get that consistently. And it's now 4th and 15. Bengals will have to punt from 5 yards deeper. And just look at Jamar Chase on the sideline. He just looks deflated. As the Bengals seeing their season ticking to an end as Jim Harbaugh establishing dominance over another Ohio team. Speaking of Ohio, in 2 weeks we will be live on this channel for the game of the week between the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Because no matter what, that game is always close. And that punt was nearly blocked. Backpedaling again is Davis, taking it from the 15. Gets a bit of a block. Has room at the 35, and he's finally down at the 40. It's a great return for the punt returner, Darius Davis, as we'll now go to a real-life commercial break as Kyle Levinson is getting war flashbacks to what he saw on Saturday night at the Swamp.
This is exactly the same thing. I mean, you couldn't paint it any better.
I swear to God, this is not intentional. You're just getting war flashbacks.
No, you're good.
You know what that is? You know what it is? It's that damn LSU flag behind you.
Usually, I guess it hasn't been. It hasn't been bringing out the good luck for Cincinnati this year. I guess I don't know.
Maybe you just have bad luck in general.
Well, if you were to take a look at my sports teams, yes, Kyle does have bad luck.
To be fair, though, your MLB team has won a World Series more recently than my team. 2 times more recently than my team.
Even better against the Yankees.
Love to see that.
Love to see that.
Do you expect the Marlins to do anything this offseason?
How could they? They're broke.
That is true.
At least they have Sandy. At least they have Sandy and Yuri Perez coming back.
At least your GM. Do you still have the woman GM?
No.
Or did you fire her?
She
left.
And I don't want to call it a firing because she wasn't bad. It was just that we needed more change because we're just never good. I cannot believe they made the playoffs 2 years ago. I still can't.
That was the biggest fluke I've ever seen.
I mean, you call what you want, but they were good.
Yeah, they almost didn't make it due to the rain delay that happened where it actually got Mets owner Steve Cohen to apologize to the Marlins fans on Twitter because they could have potentially missed the playoffs because of that. It's crazy how things happen.
Yeah, that was wild.
What's even crazier is how the Mets made the playoffs this year, down to the final game of the season, a split doubleheader. Like that was crazy.
Pretty incredible.
It was incredible.
Not a Met fan by any means, but got to give them props to where props are deserved. They exceeded expectations.
They have. It was awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say, but I cannot stand the Miami Marlins. I just don't like them.
I cannot stand the Mets. They are.
Listen, I'm annoyed because they always mess with the Mets every single year. First and
y'all
10.
mess with y'all. Yeah, let's get back to football.
No, go on what you're gonna say. It's 24-6.
The Mets always mess with the Marlins, to be completely honest with you. In terms of when the games occur, the Mets, I feel like, are always getting these stupid calls against us. I mean, I can give you multiple
Don't say Michael Conforto.
Examples.
Don't say the one that.
For example, remember the Michael Conforto earlier?
I just said the Michael Conforto game. 2nd and 9. Herbert fires incomplete. So now it seems like Justin Herbert is coming back to reality. But hey, at least he had a good first half.
That was miscommunication. It looked like they were off on that throw, him and Johnson. But I like how he's trying to get the ball to Quentin Johnston. He was so good at TCU. Remember that 2023 draft, Quentin Johnston, Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, and who was the fourth receiver in that draft? It was those three and somebody else who were really supposed to be spectacular stars. Johnson's been the only questionable one so far.
And there's the other superstar for the Chargers, Ladd McConkey, the rookie out of Georgia, getting himself first down. The son of the late Phil McConkey, legend of the New York Giants. Speaking of the Giants, you want to talk about getting slapped in the face. Getting slapped in the face as having all four receivers that you wanted get drafted the picks before you are about to be on the
That's
clock.
right. That's right.
It was brutal. I felt so bad. First and 10, Dobbins going nowhere. Mike Hilton with a beautiful tackle, a loss of about 3 yards.
Oh, Jackson Smith and Jigba was the other one.
Yes, JSN.
Yeah.
They all went in order.
And you knew they were
the Giants.
And you had a feeling coming into the draft that was going to be the spot where the Giants were going to get unlucky.
Yeah, one of them. No, everyone thought Giants would get one of them, and they got none of them. Instead, they got Deonte Banks, who is terrible. He is awful.
He's had a down
serious, dude. That guy stinks. Second and 13. Herbert, quick throw. It is caught. Will Dissly at the 35-yard line gets there on the second effort. It's a good gain. Don't you dare crash on me again. I will lose my goddamn mind if this crashes again. Serenity now. This crashes. My fist is going through my monitor if this freezes up one more time.
It froze for you, by the way. I hear you, but you're frozen.
Oh my god.
But we hear you.
Well, at least you can hear me. That's something. Third down and 6. Herbert looking, going deep left side, and incomplete. He
my God.
Johnston, but it falls incomplete.
That was anybody's ball right there. This is an interesting throw by Justin Herbert. Tries to put it back shoulder, which is the best spot you could put it in. I think maybe it's a hair underthrown. Maybe could have put it a little bit more to the outside. DJ Turner makes an amazing play. And now Dicker is set up for a 50-plus yarder.
This will be a long one for Dicker the kicker. That one I did on purpose. I relaunched everything because I was having technical issues. From 53, it curls in. Dicker, the kicker, has put the Chargers up 27-6. I mean, wow. What a statement so far from the Chargers.
You talk about a statement game. This is your statement game.
So, I will ask, you obviously have had some brutal favorite teams. Which one do you think has caused you the most pain? Not counting LSU, even though they won a championship.
Not counting. Well, they've caused me the least amount of pain. So, yeah. They wouldn't have been my answer anyway. I mean, as football being my number one sport, with basketball a very close second. Well, no, as football being my number one sport by a decent margin, I would have to say the Jaguars, just because they've been so bad for so long and has only had just a couple good seasons. The Timberwolves are actually finally good now, and they have been consistently.
Finally.
The Marlins are horrible and pretty much always have been, but I don't like baseball as much as I do football. So I'm going to have to go with the Jaguars. They've caused me the most pain. The most painful loss that I've ever had to deal with also came from football, which was the 2018 AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots, which is a vault.
You were robbed of that game.
I cannot get into it. That's a big trigger for. I can't do it. Can't talk about it.
You a sophomore in college or a freshman?
That's like if you were. That's like if you were a Saints fan against the Rams game.
We got so lucky.
No kidding.
No, you're a junior in college? Nice.
Yeah.
You're a little bit older than I thought.
I don't look my age. I'll tell you that.
You look like you're my age.
I know. But
I'm only like 2 years behind. I'm a senior in high school. A little bit old, but hey, we're doing what we can.
It's only a few years.
Yep. But for me, the most heartbreaking loss was, honestly, football is my number one sport, but the Rams are not my number one team. My number one team is the New York Mets.
Yeah.
Because I have so many connections within that fan base.
Yeah.
Hell, my aunt works for Steve Cohen, for Christ's sake.
Does she really? That's so cool.
Yes, she does.
That's awesome.
So the toughest loss for me was 2015. The World Series as a whole.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
Was an absolute nightmare. If I had to pick a second option, though, it would be Game 5 against the Florida Panthers in the Eastern Conference. Not Game 6. Game 5. Because that was one of the worst efforts I've ever seen the Rangers put up. That was the game that killed the season.
Was Game 5 the high-scoring game that they lost?
No. Game 5 was the game where I'm pretty sure they lost 2-0. It was pathetic.
Why can't I remember Game 5?
Here's Chase Brown up the gut. Picks up a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Not points
too much out of Chase Brown, sadly.
The Chargers have a top 10 run defense. And Bengals, if they don't come away with points on this drive, and when I say points, JJ, I mean a touchdown, this game is going to start to becoming a little bit out of hand for them and pretty much out of reach. It's still within reach. The Chargers know a thing or two about blowing leads. I sure do. But I would have to say that the way that this culture has changed, that is not who they are anymore. And I think they
Second at 6. Burrow going deep. He's got a man just over the head of Jermaine Burton.
That's the play, though. That's the play that would ignite this team. Burrow's deep ball is excellent, and he just overthrows Jermaine Burton by just a step. And he had a couple steps in the corner there. I'm not sure what the Chargers safeties.
Oh God!
Elijah Molden gets caught with Jermaine Burton's speed deep, and he gets lucky because Burrow overshoots him.
Just by a hair. Third down.
I'd go to Chase. I'd look for Chase down here, 1-and-1 at the bottom.
He wants that deep shot for Higgins.
Well, that's a penalty and a catch. That's an excellent play.
I hate to break it to you. That's going to be offensive pass interference. T. Higgins pushed off.
Oh, you're calling that off OPI?
OPI. I'm pretty sure Higgins pushed off.
I'm pretty sure this is going to go on Fulton, even though he doesn't like it.
Or no, it is hands to the face. An illegal contact on the Chargers. So it's a first down. So not a PI. I'm a little bit surprised. I will say illegal contact is the dumbest penalty in all of football. I hate that.
JJ, I'm not sure that was a catch, by the way.
Well, it doesn't matter. They've officially ran a play. And Chase Brown breaking tackles. Chase Brown got green grass, and he's down inside the 15. And I'm only getting excited because I have Chase Brown on my fantasy team. That's the only reason I'm excited up that they're even though they're down 21. Is I need a Chase Brown touchdown to hit for my anytime touchdown parlay.
Excellent
which is already cooked, but we've had a valiant effort. The only one that missed today, unfortunately, was my main man from Seattle, Kenneth Walker. Or no, wait, Walker hit, not K9. How am I saying? It was Garrett Wilson for the Jets. First and 10. Burrow floats it. End zone! Dropped.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the LSU fan in you is kicking. It's kicking like a baby inside of a woman.
Similar to you, I kind of needed that for my fantasy team. Oh, what a great throw by Burrow. Puts it right over the defender's head. And then excellent play by Fulton, by the way, because Higgins has that ball. And then Fulton just jars away from it at the last minute. Boy, Higgins is such a big body receiver. You got to throw those plays to him more often because he's going to eventually go up and get a bunch of those.
Now 2nd and 10. Burrow back to throw. Goes back to Higgins. That one's caught. He's got a first down. They mark him short. Really? Okay.
What an effort by Higgins. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this was a bad throw by Burrow way behind Higgins. He makes an excellent one-handed.
It was tipped by the defender. That's number 0. That's Henley, who tips the ball to T. Higgins. And you're coming out in shotgun on 3rd.
What are they doing?
Zach Taylor, you better run this ball. You better run this ball. Thank you. Thank you.
They
you run
hardly
the ball.
got it.
Hardly. By the skin of their teeth. Oh, my goodness. Zach Taylor
is nauseating me right now. I can't handle these shotgun formations on 3rd and inches.
That's 3 times. That's 3 times he's done this. Serenity now.
You got to go somewhat fast here, Cincinnati. I know it's the 3rd quarter, but you kind of got to consider moving a little bit faster pace. Jamar Chase, 1-on-1 at the bottom of the screen because Derwin James is shifting to the middle of the field.
End zone dropped. He wanted Higgins.
That's just good defense.
There's a flag. Oh my God! Yes. I'm 5 for 5 on this parlay. I have 5 for 5 on this parlay. Chase Brown on the goal line, baby. Come on. To win $150.
Well, that would be nice.
It would be very nice. And that's going to be half the distance of the goal. Chase Brown, please. So far, we've hit every leg. K9, Cup, Brees Hall, Anthony Richardson somehow hit. And this was a $5 bet.
They're putting him at the 2. They're stacking the box.
They are stacking the box. Brown in the backfield. They give it to him. He is met. Oh, my God. What defense by the Chargers. Oh, wait, no, the parlay is cooked. This
is going to have to set up a passing play here on 2nd and 3rd down for Cincinnati.
It has to.
Yeah.
So I was wrong. I looked at my parlay just now. Garrett Wilson messed it up. It was not Brees Hall. It was Garrett Wilson. However, Chase Brown touchdown would be nice for all of my fantasy leagues. What defense by the Chargers. I mean, that was just phenomenal. I love it when defensive linemen push running backs back on 1st down. It just, as a defensive player myself, it just puts a smile on my face.
You got Jamar Chase 1-on-1 at the bottom of the screen. I think Joe might look for
Burrow floats one sample, and he's going to lose more yards.
Oh, my God.
Zach Taylor. Well, I love how they keep cutting to Zach Taylor because I want to.
I know, right? I love it.
It's amazing. It's another heavy rush.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Joe, move, bro.
You're like a cow.
Joe's got to move a little bit.
Move.
He loves to be a pocket passer.
He does. 3rd and goal to go.
Yes.
Burrow looking. Got his man Brown. He hauls it in.
Oh, what a hit.
It'll be short of the 5. It looks like
you
have to go for it. You're down 21.
I gotta go for it now.
I can't read his lips, unfortunately.
JJ, this is the game. This is the game. It's a little early, but this might be the game.
What Jesse Minter has done with this defensive unit is phenomenal. He's turning this team into a machine.
Defensive coordinator of the year consideration.
Honestly, with this performance,
Joe, you gotta look.
Burrow gotta do something. Quick
goal,
caught.
Touchdown.
It's a touchdown for Jamar Chase. The LSU connection strikes as Kyle looks at his flag.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers, baby. Someone should Well, here, JJ, let's take a look here. Joe Burrow looks to his left. He sees that Chase has one-on-one coverage with – there's really no back-end coverage by the Chargers. It's just Cam Hart against Chase. Chase is going to win that matchup 6 of 7 days of the week. He just makes a great play. Hart was playing a little soft, if I'm being honest. You can't give Chase that much room to work with. I mean, he finds his way into the end zone pretty easily. And the Bengals, do you go for 2 here because you got 6? Or are they just going to take the extra take the extra point?
Chase is on the sideline, as is Burrow.
Take the extra point, of course. Yeah, because it's still only 2. You should keep it a 2-possession game. Oh.
Cut to commercial. So that means that injury is more severe than we thought.
Yeah.
So what made you want to go to LSU?
So, I mean, let me start by saying I started thinking about transferring spring semester of sophomore year. And obviously, when it came to applying for schools, LSU was on my list because I love them. Ended up being the only school I got into. And when I visited, I visited before I realized it was the only school that I got into, but I still decided to go regardless.
What did you apply to?
I felt like I applied to LSU. I applied to USF in Florida. I applied to FAU. I applied to NYU, which was an absolute reach for me, but still I just felt like I wanted to.
So you just wanted to go down south?
No, the reason I applied to the 2 Florida schools is because my mom lives there. And I think there may have been one more. I'm not remembering. But anyways, I felt like I needed to transfer. I needed to go somewhere bigger environment. I felt like I needed more. And I chose not to go to LSU when I got in the first time around when it came to like actual going to college as a freshman. And I thought, maybe it was time now. So I ended up taking the leap and making the choice, and I'm here now. So I miss my friends back at Quinnipiac, though, and, there are things I miss about being on the East Coast for sure, but, it's whatever.
Well said. What was your GPA?
When?
In high
school. In high school?
Yeah.
Not very good. I think it was like a 2.7, but I had over a 3 in my senior year. That's kind of what helped me a little bit.
All right, so if your GPA is a 2.7 and mine's a 3.5, I think I have a good shot at getting an excuse. Anyway, not to crap on you because there's no need for me to do that. And now after the commercial break, McPherson onto attempt. I think it'd be so funny if he misses. That would just be hysterical. McPherson onto attempt the point after. Snap good hold, and it is pure right down the middle. So we have a 14-point game. So now if you're the Bengals, you get a stop and a quick score. You're right back in this game.
That's what they're going to have to do. That's what they're going to need to do, JJ. They're going to have to find a way to get a stop quickly and
so it's something else, to say the least. What are you thinking now from going for, honestly, for what's going for the Bengals here in this third quarter?
I think if you're Cincinnati, you got to just find a way to keep some of that confidence with you. I mean, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow just had a really nice connection on a touchdown. You look at Joe on the sidelines, you can tell he's kind of a little bit shot confidence-wise and not really playing to his full potential. But I think if you're Cincinnati, the most important thing right now is your defense has to play with and match the same energy that the Chargers have played with tonight. I think as a whole, you can tell that they've been more upbeat. They've been more confident, more in a rhythm. If the Bengals defense can match that, Lou Anarumo's defense has to find a way to get a stop here. And I think if they do so, this sets the Bengals up with an idea of possibly putting more of the pressure on LA.
1st and 10, Herbert back to throw, looking, going left side, and it is dropped by Quentin Johnston.
JJ, at first glance, I thought this ball was intercepted, but Herbert
I thought so too.
Solid throw to the outside of Johnson. DJ Turner, by the way, having a really good second half.
Could not ask for anything better at the moment. Going for a man, it's Palmer, and it's incomplete.
You couldn't have asked for two better first plays from the Bengals defensively, because not only are you getting no yardage, but you're also getting incompletions, which stops the clock and gives you plenty more time to not feel like you have to rush.
Sorry, I'm currently applying to jobs right now as we speak.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Desperately need one sooner than later. 3rd down and 10. Herbert, under pressure, escapes the heavy rush, and he is brought down.
Oh, what a play.
What a hit by number 58. That's going to be Joseph Asai. You may remember him as he is the reason that the Kansas City Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl, winning the AFC Championship against the Bengals, where the now legendary Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth, You Jabroni to the Cincinnati mayor was created. But enough about that. The Bengals may have got themselves back in this game.
This is JJ, this is the most perfect defensive stand that the Bengals needed. 2 incompletions, which takes no time off the clock, gets the big sack, and now this forces a punt, which is going to give you probably pretty good field position as the Bengals look like they're going to start with this at their own 45. Look, there's still 4.5 minutes left in this quarter. That gives you plenty of time to come down the field and score a touchdown, which they only need half the field to work with. And so we'll see what they can do after the break here. This is huge for Cincinnati.
This is huge. We're going to see what happens. If the Bengals can go down and score, we really got ourselves a game.
Where are you applying to jobs, or what jobs are you wanting to apply for?
Like cashier spots at marketplaces, something easy.
So like retail shit, yeah.
I do like retail stuff, so that's why I'm trying to do what I can to get easy jobs, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I apologize if I just go quiet during commercial breaks. I'm just trying to get this thing done, you know?
No, you're good. Oh, here we go, JJ.
Finally, as now the hit Broadway show Wicked hits theaters this Friday. Now, I'll tell you what. I'm not crazy big into fucking Broadway musicals, but Wicked is one of the best works of art I've ever seen.
It's a good work.
It's phenomenal.
Good work.
You know what I'm really excited for though? Gladiator 2 coming out this Friday. It been too goddamn long. You know what's also been too damn long for? Chase Brown getting a touchdown. 1st and 10 with 4:27 to go. Burrow dropping back under pressure. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Chase Brown puts the hezzy on him, and he's got about 6 yards after he's hit out of bounds.
That's a beautiful 6 yards there from Chase Brown, who makes an absolutely nasty move on the defender. I think this is a whole other dimension that actually, while Joe Mixon was a threat out of the passing game, Chase Brown is a little bit more elusive from a speed perspective, and from the amount of usage that they use him for coming out of the backfield. At the beginning of the season, Zach Moss was very involved here as well. But now that the main focus has shifted to Chase Brown, they've been able to move him in and out. Kind of reminds me, JJ, of a bit of Austin Eckler and what he's been able to do with the Chargers.
Well said. 2nd down and 7. It's a gain of about 6. And it's 3rd down. Bengals really do have all the momentum.
Bengals 3rd and 2 right here.
Gotta keep the foot on the pedal.
I would not be opposed to running the ball based on what the defensive formation throws at you.
Me neither. And it is 100% 4-down territory.
Totally. I would have spread out receivers wide.
Burrow looking, goes in for a man. It is Burton, and it's broken up by number 41. I hope that's not who I think it is. Oh my God, it's Eli Apple.
JJ, if you know you're going for it on 4th down, why are you not running the football? You spread out the wide receivers to cause confusion defensively, and you run up the gut and trust your offensive line, knowing you're going to go for it.
Now they're coming out in shotgun again. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Now you have to.
Yeah, and the play clock's at 5. It seems like they're not going to call a play. And yeah, they're gonna just take a timeout. For God's sake, Zach!
This is an all-time Zach Taylor
disaster class. Disaster. I can't even praise the Chargers anymore. Zach Taylor is doing it to himself.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
They're beating themselves. They're beating themselves right now. Right now, they're beating themselves.
I'm very happy about what's going on this Tuesday at my high school. We have one of my top colleges, Iona's admissions advisor, is coming this Tuesday, and I believe it is an instant admit day for Iona. Now, that would be something. If Cuse denies, I'm a Gale. That's just a fact. I'm going to Iona if Syracuse rejects me.
All right.
Great school, and I know a few people there. 4th down and 2. Burrow looking, going deep, and it is caught. It is T.
Oh my gosh!
Touchdown, Bengals.
JJ, this is Joe at his finest right here. I mean, his deep ball accuracy is usually off the charts, and this is why T. Higgins means so much to this football team. You bring 2 guys to cover Jamar Chase, and now you have T. Higgins on the other side. This is why he's so important. He's going to beat you one-on-one. His speed, his length, amazing throw by Burrow. That's just a bad job by the Chargers defensively. And what do we have now, JJ? We've got ourselves a football game.
We got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 1-score ball game. This is a wild one indeed.
Wow.
I'm stunned. The
Oh, baby.
the NFL is back on its cocaine again.
Let's go, T. Higgins.
How's the fantasy team looking, Mr. Lev?
Oh, we're looking good now.
I'm in 10. I'm in 10 leagues. I'm gonna be honest.
You're in 10? I'm not in that many, but I'm in a decent one.
5.
4. 4, but a couple money leagues. Couple
All right,
big money.
let's see. So, all right. So, in one of my main fantasy leagues, I'm 2-8. My entire team got hurt, and the other guys I traded. This is the starting lineup. It's a 2 QB league super flex. Gardner Minshew, Aaron Rodgers, Khalil Herbert, Javonte Williams, Quentin Johnston, Christian Watson, Cole Kmet, Tyler Lockett, David Njoku, Eric Kendricks, Chris Boswell. That team won a game.
How? That team is horrible. Chris, your kicker is your best player.
And guess who we beat? We beat Patrick Mahomes, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Dawson Knox, Tyler Algier, Jalen Waddle, Ivan Pace, Group A, Jahmyr Gibbs. I beat Saquon Barkley.
That's insane.
My kicker beat Saquon Barkley.
It's pretty wild.
I know.
Bro, is this game taking forever?
Yeah, we have been doing this for about 2.5 hours.
Gee, it's not even the fourth quarter. Do you have school tomorrow?
So, the Knicks win again over the poverty Brooklyn Nets. And the first guy they show is Mr. Karl Anthony Towns. 26 points, 15 rebounds. 10 for 16 from the 3.
Yeah.
I love the big purr.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kyle. How's Dante?
Well, he did well tonight. But no, he's awesome. Like you know he's awesome.
Can we have him back, please?
You know that when he starts shooting the ball, he's awesome.
Yeah. Can we have him back?
I will take him. I'll give you for a cat, but I actually don't want to trade.
No. We will give you whatever first round pick we have left.
No, then in that case, no, I'm gonna hold on to Dante. He's too good, bro. I actually didn't realize he's also a decent defender.
He is. Not messing with that giant beard though.
He's a good rebounder too.
He looks more like what's his face from the Pistons. Here, Malachi Flynn, evil. They call him Evil Dante. If you look at him, he looks like an evil version of Dante, as J.K. Dobbins stuffed at the line. Why are we talking about basketball? We actually have ourselves a football game. The Chargers are charging themselves again. It's a pastime that never gets old.
Maybe it's not a new era in L.A.
No, say San Diego with your chest. It will always be San Diego.
I feel like I always say San Diego.
Davis in the backfield. Herbert, screen pass almost over the head of Davis. Breaking tackles, but he's going to be down at about the 37, a gain of 7. And it's third down with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That was a pretty good play by Davis. I thought they had this as a loss here, but Davis is able to make a good grab and then find a way through the defense.
It's Jermaine Pratt in on the hit for the Bengals alongside the man who came flying in, number 24, Von Bell.
Biggest down of the game so far, JJ, right here.
3rd and 4. 4-man rush. 5-man rush. Herbert looks, throws, caught. Ladd McConkey, a first down for the Chargers.
Cold-blooded Justin Herbert. What a play. McConkey gets open. No surprise there. His route running abilities or great at Georgia. That's what he is. He's kind of like that smaller version of a Cooper Kupp. You could probably tell. And Justin Herbert, given time, makes such a great throw to the outside. Cincinnati, I mean, I'm begging for them to just get some more pressure. It can't just come from Trey Hendrickson.
Herbert taking a shot deep to the end zone. Almost caught for a touchdown.
Oh, my God.
Quentin Johnston again. But Cam Taylor-Britt makes the stop, and he is exhausted.
JJ, we've had a billion of these plays to Johnson all night. I feel like
no, that's Turner. DJ Turner, and he tipped it right to Johnston. Just out of his reach.
Oh, Johnston, my God. DJ Turner
just out of his reach.
Incredible this half. Oh, no.
Second down and 10. 49 seconds to go in the third quarter as we cut to a wide shot and we go to a commercial break. I mean, what is going on?
Jesus Christ.
Ay, this is a mess. How are things over in San Jose?
I mean, they're not great, but they have more points than the worst team in the league, so that makes us not the worst team anymore.
Congratulations. You're the same amount of points as the Columbus Blue Jackets and Montreal Canadiens. Congratulations.
Sharks have a good future, though. They really do. Because they got Macklin, Celebrini, and they got some other nice young players. You have school tomorrow?
I do.
Got it.
Doesn't bother me, though. I'm here to do a show, and that's why I'm here.
Senior year is fun. I miss senior year. That was fun.
My senior year was fun until a few incidents happened that I'm not going to get into.
You don't have to. I dealt with them too, so I get it.
Involving my football team.
Sorry to hear that. I'm always here if you want to talk.
Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that.
Bye.
I'll probably tell you after the stream or tomorrow. We'll see. Now 2nd and 10. Look at that press coverage match at the bottom of the screen. They give it to Dobbins. Spins off of 2 tackles. Oh, my goodness. J.K. Dobbins gets a first down out of a -3 gain. Wow.
Boy, what an incredible play by Dobbins. I mean, his vision to come out of the tackles, he realizes he's got all this field. All he needs to do is break that one tackle, and he knows right away he's got to go run through the other side of the field where he's got all that space. Wow, that's an unbelievable play by Dobbins.
You can't let that up.
Boy, Cincinnati's defense has played so much better in the second half, but they're allowing some of these. That's a play you just can't let up. Now we're going to go into the fourth quarter with the Chargers driving on the Bengals.
You're watching the Empire Sports Media Game of the Week. It was 27-6, but the Bengals have scored 14 unanswered. We go to the fourth quarter. You're watching Game of the Week. We will be back in 30. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. what has been a chaotic stream nonetheless. I'm Jay Sager alongside my buddy Kyle Levinson, the newest member of Empire Sports Media. Congratulations, Kyle. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you.
Even though your teams have absolutely no affiliation to Empire Sports, we are happy to have you.
Yeah, no, not quite.
Just a little bit off.
Just a little off the map.
You're over here. You're up here. You're down here. You're over here.
Yep.
And there's got to be one more, right? Jaguars, LSU, Sharks. Oh, Marlins, Vikings.
Two Floridas, and then T-Wolves way up north.
T-Wolves up in the Hicks. I was doing a little bit of some background information about the Timberwolves. A little bit is that there was a player that used to play for them. It was one of my favorites growing up. Not Ricky Rubio. He wore number 13 back in the day. He was on that team. You might recognize who I'm talking about. I believe his name was Luke something.
Luke?
I think that was his name.
I'm pretty good with my T-Wolves. I don't remember a Luke. Oh, maybe. I don't remember a Luke.
I just looked it up. Luke Ridnour. I do not remember him at all.
Why?
What about my boy JJ Barea?
I was just thinking JJ Barea. That's funny you said that. I literally was just thinking JJ Barea.
And of course, Ricky Rubio.
Of course. My beloved.
And the go Kevin Garnett. Or not Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love. Herbert takes the sneak, runs it in, the ball is out!
Oh my gosh!
The ball is out! Oh my! Herbert, you got to get down. And because of that, congratulations, Justin Herbert. You have just...
Well, so no, the question is, JJ, was he down?
No, the ball's out. That ball's out.
That's a fumble.
That's Bengal ball.
Bengal ball. It's Mike
Hilton.
Hilton. No. Logan Wilson. Wilson. Hit him on the arm. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
The Chargers are charging.
You as a Jaguars fan should know very well because you witnessed the greatest charging in the history of chargerings.
Right here on NBC as well.
It was awesome.
I
loved it.
The greatest night in the history of nights.
For the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bengals are set up here with the momentum now, JJ. Pressure is on in LA.
Burrow rolls out under pressure of each one of each two. And he flies him in. It's caught. Chase Brown in the backfield. Still going. It is finally out of bounds, but there is laundry on the field.
Oh, this could be coming back.
I don't know. I don't know. That was not intentional. I swear to God. Shout out Tony Romo.
Shout out Tony, bro.
Let's see what this ref is thinking here. This could very well be coming back, but that may have just won my matchup with the Chase Brown.
Regardless, though, JJ.
Denzel Perryman. Yeah, Denzel Perryman is down for the Chargers, so now we get the ruling of the penalty. It's a penalty on the Chargers. Hands to the face. On Fulton, he grabbed the face mask of Jamar Chase. You can't do that, as the Beatles would say. Unbelievable.
JJ, that is the third penalty on Christian Fulton tonight.
Yeah. Oh, there were two penalties.
There's another face mask on Joe Burrow.
There could have been two. It doesn't matter because Chase Brown just did Chase Brown thing. Yeah, that's two penalties.
Oh, my gosh. What a play by Joe Burrow.
Someone just said, fumble, what is this game? I said the Chargers are chargering.
See, this is the Joe Burrow that I know. Can escape the pocket like no other and find a way to make a play.
Ever since you took that LSU flag out of the frame, they've woken up. 1st and 10. They give this one back to Chase Brown. Chase Brown with a hole and a first down. And another flag is down. That honestly could be on the Chargers.
Seems like this one could be an offensive holding.
I don't know. Brown went down hard. Harbaugh looking on. He knows it.
Ref looks like he's pointing in Cincinnati's direction.
So 2 counts of holding on the Bengals. Both on the same player. That's kind of funny.
JJ, the more and more that I watch Chase Brown run the football tonight, the more I like what I said, that he reminds me of Austin Eckler and the way that he was used in this Charger offense. I think that he's such an elusive running back, speedster. I love that they're getting him involved. Right now, though, this is a big penalty that sets you back, but you still have all the momentum driving the ball. I think you go take a deep shot maybe sooner than later to T. Higgins or Jamar Chase.
1st down and 18. Chase goes shifting to the left. It's a screen pass to Chase, and he picks up maybe a quarter of the yards back. I don't understand the play call there.
Trying to be a little conservative there on 1st and 18. Kind of gets you back to a 2nd and long. Maybe now you can get into your play sheet and try to find a play here on 2nd and 13. I wouldn't be too conservative, though, right now, considering you have the momentum. You're still down a touchdown, and you're hardly past midfield. I'm not sure playing that conservative is the idea. Joe Burrow's not going to turn the ball over right now, so you got to let him try to air this ball out a little bit. I definitely wouldn't lay back.
2nd and 13 after the gain of 5. Burrow looking. Check down is complete. There's the man we were talking about. Drew Sample. That one is Drew Sample, not the one you thought was Drew Sample. Not the one I thought was Hayden Hurst.
And that's a good play. They're going in the hurry up here.
Temple offense here. Burrow escaping pressure. Evades one. There is laundry. Fires caught. Chase Brown. And the flag's in the secondary.
Flags in the secondary. Could this be another one of the secondary of the Chargers in which this would stand for a huge play on 3rd down? Burrow's been incredible.
They won't even stand. They're just going to decline it. Give Chase Brown those yards. And there's 12 men on the field for the Chargers. Another 1st down for the Bengals. Another 1st down for Chase Brown.
JJ, I don't think the Chargers should ever want to get to 27 points again, because whenever they get to 27,
I just realized that. I just realized it. 27 points. I just realized that. Yes. They're doing it again. This time on home soil.
Oh, I love it.
The house that they're renting from us. 1st and 10. Burrow, quick throw. It is dropped. Incomplete. Honestly, it would have been better if it was a fumble because it would have went out of bounds for positive yards.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, this game has shifted in such a dramatic way.
Absolutely. And I just texted my father, who has Joe Burrow, and he was pissed off at him earlier. And I told him, Joe Burrow woke up for you. He now has 23. Yeah, Burrow is looking nice for him right now. 2nd down and 10 to go.
Jim Harbaugh looks very confused on the sideline right now.
Burrow looking at what a block. Going deep to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase has tied it. Oh, my God.
Jamar Chase, JJ, is playing like the best wide receiver in the NFL. His 12th touchdown, and we're not even past week 10. Unbelievable. Or are we in week 11?
We're in week 11.
We're not even past week 11. Jamar Chase's 12 touchdowns, and the Bengals tie it up at 27.
My goodness.
I can't even express to you the dramatic shift in this game that we've seen since the second half. This is what happens when you have superstars. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, the best duo in football.
Wow. This game is exactly like the Lions and Texans game.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. You gotta love football. Jamar Chase is absurd.
I'm putting out a public service announcement to the Give 'em 5 group chat. I highly recommend you join this stream. Kyle is spazzing out.
Jamar Chase is so good. Oh my gosh.
What's that saying they say at 8 they said at 8 a.m.? It's the one that goes, whoa.
Suck that. I'm not gonna say it on the stream. I'm not gonna say it on the stream.
Did they actually say that?
Yeah.
They actually say that.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We say it at the football games too.
I love SEC fans so much.
SEC are they're I don't even know what to say. They're just insane.
You know why? Because they're a bunch of rednecks. Redneck Southerners who
Yep.
don't give a crap about anything.
They're all Southern crazies.
Not one of those Pac-12 fans. Ugh. Gross. Hate Pac-12 fans.
Pac-12 fans. Jeez.
Especially the ones in USC. Ooh. Those are the worst.
God, Jamar freaking Chase, baby.
Unreal. How does it feel that we are bearing witness to one of the best comebacks of the year together? This is unbelievable.
This is incredible.
This is basically the Lions-Texans game, but worse.
Well, that game was like sort of close throughout. This one was like lopsided for a while, and now the Bengals are coming back.
But now here's the thing. Do we point the finger at Jim Harbaugh? I don't know.
It's a good question.
He's not even coaching a bad game.
He's not. He's not. I don't actually think there's anywhere to point a finger. I think I'm just saying this is how good Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are. And superstars tend to take over games sometimes. And this is just what they're doing, JJ. This is what they've done ever since they went to this school right above me, where I am right now. And it's what they've done in the league every single season. The superstars will take over when they have to. Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in football, and he's playing like the number one player in football this season, maybe outside of Lamar Jackson. This is now his 27th passing TD. He comes into the league first in that category and also first in passing yards. The Chargers now all tied up at 27 have got to find a rhythm offensively because, boy, they must be rattled now.
I'm lost for words. I'm genuinely lost for words. I have nothing. I don't even know what to say at this point. This is incredible. First down and 10 now for the Chargers. Herbert dropping back, looking, fires, right side, and it is hauled in by Quentin Johnston. Or no, that's Josh Palmer. So excuse me. I thought I saw long hair for a minute.
An outstanding throw by Justin Herbert. I mean, just like Collinsworth just noted, I mean, there is just a small, tiny place where you got to fit that ball in, and he does. Bengals player down.
That does not look good at all.
Holy crap.
Yeah. 12:09 to go in the fourth quarter. From what has been just a crazy game. I need to rest my voice for a minute, so we're going to take a 30-second commercial break. You're watching the game of the week. Don't go anywhere. Ah. Oh my God.
Hey, Jesus, this is insane.
This is so funny, Kyle. They got McDonald's with RFK on the plane.
What?
Trump and his cabinet got McDonald's on their plane to New York, and RFK had to eat McDonald's.
That's something else.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So, do you have any bold predictions for the CFP rankings to come out on Tuesday night?
I think the AP poll that we just saw released today may be exactly well, obviously it can't be exactly, but I think those teams particular. I'm not sure Tennessee should be that high, by the way.
Well, I think we could all agree the Tigers are gone officially.
Yeah.
No 4-loss SEC team is getting in.
No.
Unless if you're Alabama.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Finally, and the injury is to I believe that is number 92. That is BJ Hill, the former Giant. 1st and 10. Herbert looking, going left side, and he wanted his tight end. I believe that was Parham. That is not Parham. That is, as I look at my roster, Jalen Reagor. Why are you throwing to Jalen Reagor? I have no idea.
JJ's thing malfunctioning just a second, so I'll take over. 12 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Justin Herbert and the Chargers 2nd and 10 here at their own 42-yard line, looking for something offensively after the Bengals have been able to come all the way back. Herbert drops back, throws behind in the line, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and they're not calling the whistle yet.
Serenity fucking now. It crashed the 5th time.
I took over for you.
Again, we actually have such good chemistry. I'm not going to lie. This has gone way better. Minus the connection problems, this has gone better than I think both of us expected. We knew it would be a game. No, we didn't think it was going to be like this. This is insane.
This is incredible. Are you
Love
still?
it. That is a backwards pass. That's a backwards pass.
It sure is.
But it was tipped by Hendrickson. Backwards pass, but it didn't matter. 3rd down, 11:31 to go here in the Empire Sports Media doubleheader game of the week, game 2, and it has not disappointed. 27 apiece. Bengals have 7 in the box. Now 8 in the box. And it looked like Henderson went off sides, and there is a whistle.
Yep. That's going to be
I think
offside.
Trey Henderson jumped off sides.
The Bengals here. Yep.
3rd and short coming up. Oh, my God. That sucks. The fact that Herbert evaded that is pretty impressive.
That's just such a bad break there for Cincinnati. It's part of the discipline.
They don't have any. 3rd down and 5. Herbert back to throw. Looking incomplete. He wanted Johnston, but it's incomplete, and it's another 3 and out for the Chargers.
This is their 4th straight stop now, JJ, I believe, and now the Bengals have a chance to score
take the lead.
Time and take a lead for the first time tonight.
Say it with me. The Chargers
are charging, baby.
Yes, they are. It's a nice punt inside the 14-yard line. Irwin fields it. And now here comes your boy, Joe Shiesty.
The Chargers see 2s and 7s in their nightmares. If you're catching what I'm saying.
The Chargers have a 91% chance at the playoffs with a win. With a loss, 63. By the way, these probabilities are a bit extreme, in my opinion.
Well, when we're talking about the playoffs, I mean, you spoke about this before the stream, and
it goes to Chase Brown. Not
so
too much there.
We were talking about this before the game, JJ, and about how, there's so many 2-loss, 3-loss teams. The AFC playoff picture is chaotic. I mean, you've got teams like the Denver Broncos in there, who I thought maybe was the worst team coming into the season. You now have the
Shout
Chargers,
out the Broncos. Shout out the Broncos. That defense.
Bo Nix today, over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Best rookie performance of the week.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Second
You're
and
a
7.
believer.
Are you a believer? As Burrow finds Higgins again for another first down.
Oh, baby. This is what happens with the Bengals, JJ. When Joe Burrow starts clicking with Jamar Chase, he starts to smile, and this whole entire offense just starts clicking, and T. Higgins rubs off on all that good connection energy, and he's already got himself a deep touchdown tonight. Joe Burrow is playing outside of his mind good in this second half.
Absolutely. 1st and 10. They go back to Chase Brown. Fighting forward, he's got 9. Now, unpopular opinion, I miss the Bengals' old white jerseys. I'm not a huge fan of these jerseys. They're okay, but they don't really go well with the orange helmets, in my opinion. I miss the old Bengals white jerseys that they had. Like, I might just be nostalgic.
I kind of like I like the old black. I mean, they're very similar, obviously. They're everybody's more into the modern look. But by the way, you talk about uniforms. This is a great uniform and color matchup we got going on tonight.
2nd and 1. Joey B going deep. What's up, man? Oh, it's intercepted. The man I mentioned in the pregame, Alohi Gilman, but there is a flag down. Now, before we play any videos, it's roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. That's a big break there for
Burrow. You lucky man, Joe Burrow. Let's see.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
But here's my thing, though. Can
Great
you
call.
really stop yourself on that situation? I don't think you can stop yourself.
No. But based on the rules that the NFL has set in terms about driving your strength into the body of the quarterback, that is textbook right there, and it's worth the penalty. But again,
first correct roughing the passer they've got all night.
Totally.
The first 2 were terrible.
Oh, Joe, that's such a terrible. You can't do that.
Joe got away with 1. Chase goes in motion. Burrow gives it back to the man, Chase Brown. Chase Brown shifting another guy, but only picks up about 2 yards. Feels like even Chase Brown feels like a different player in the second half.
All the chases are making plays here for the Cincinnati Bengals, JJ.
Chase Brown, Jamar Chase. there a third chase, or is it just those two? I think it's just
I
those
think it's
two.
just those two. Try to chase them, though. Good luck.
Good luck chasing the man named Chase Brown. That was an awful pun. We'll work on it because the Bengals are going to be on primetime sooner than later. 2nd and 9. Burrow under pressure. Got to do something. And he throws it down. But will that be grounding is the question.
Not at all. No, I think P. Ryan was in – or no, sorry, not P. Ryan. I think that there was a player in the area. This is actually a really good play by Joe Burrow because he's really, really close to getting sacked here, and he evades it just enough, and he's able to throw it close to the running back so that it stays 3rd and 9. And my thought here, JJ, if they could get 6 or 7 yards, they might be able to get themselves into field goal range with a chance to try a long one. But that's if they feel as if they would need to.
3rd and 9. Burrow. 5-man rush. Evades the pocket. He's going to take off. He's got green grass and another first down. Joey B, how do you do it? You're a wizard, Joseph. You're a wizard.
Oh, this is the plays he loves, JJ. I can tell you. I mean, look, this is terrible by the Chargers, by the way. You leave the center unblocked because you're pushing your defense to the outside. Burrow knows this play is going to be set up for him. Of course he's going to take off. There's nobody stacking the box in the middle. That's just poor execution by the Chargers, and Burrow got exactly what he wanted there.
Awful. Just awful. 1st and 10. Chase Brown up the gut. The Bengals are just running this clock down.
They have now taken control of this football game. This game no longer belongs to the Chargers. This game belongs to the Bengals.
We might potentially, I'm not sure if you remember the man urinating tree, but we could potentially be having another greatest game with this. Or this is just Lions, Texans, Redux. Hell, I'm using his slogan, we fucked the ball. 2nd down and 6. Let's see what happens here. Shotgun formation. Burrow looking. Wants his man sample. It's incomplete. A man we have not talked about at all today. Derwin James finally getting into the action.
Yeah, Derwin James a bit quiet today. He had a nice play earlier on, but look, he's been a staple of this defense ever since he's came in here. Obviously, yes, there's no Khalil Mack tonight, so it puts maybe a little bit more pressure on the secondary as we've been able to see because of what Burrow has been able to do to the secondary of the Chargers. Now it's a big 3rd and 6. A stop here for the Chargers would be gigantic because they cannot afford to go down by a touchdown the way Cincinnati's been playing.
3rd and 6. Play clock at 2. Burrow got to do something. Rolls out. Wants a man. Broken up. Oh, it's a great play by number 29. Tarb still. And now McPherson out to potentially put the Bengals in the lead for the first time tonight.
JJ, this is what you call perfect defense. Because Jamar Chase, one-on-one, he's going to usually win that matchup. Throws kind of a bit high, and the rookie is able to take advantage and make an excellent play without fouling.
From 48 yards out to put the Bengals up. Kick is no good! Evan McPherson missed the kick. Oh my goodness.
It looked like there was some wind coming into the building here. It just completely took off left.
Is that physically possible? They're in a dome. Oh my Lord. It hooks over the left upright. Wow. Harbaugh catches a break.
Oh, there's a heartbreaker.
You hate to see it. Oh my goodness. 1st and 10, Dobbins, the run. Picks up a little bit of 5 or 6 yards. It's a good run for Los Angeles. So now you're thinking, Can they somehow win this game? It's very likely as we speak.
The energy has shifted. At the start, it was all the Chargers' way until through halftime, and then the Bengals has taken over. And now we've reached a bit of a standstill, even point. Energy on both sides. Nerves start to kick in here. As Scott Hansen says, we're in the witching hour now, deep into it. This is big drive here for the Chargers.
2nd and 3. Dobbins sheds 1, sheds 2, can't get the 3rd. Mike Hilton and Logan Wilson on the hit, and it's 3rd down coming up.
Honestly, this is a very poor play call here by the Chargers. I don't like the draw here. It's 2nd and 3, and you're running a draw play. Why can't you?
BJ Hill should have had him.
Like
So should Hendrickson. 3rd and 4. Tempo offense now for the Chargers. No one is deep. They blitz 5. Herbert under pressure. Got to do something. Throws it. It is caught.
There's a hold coming back. It's on the Chargers. This is going to set up 3rd and 14.
So now what do you do? Unless it could be an illegal hands to the face. Harbaugh shaking his head. It is a hold. Oh, my God.
It's on the all-pro Rashawn Slater, JJ. Trey Hendrickson, even when he doesn't get a number, he's still going to cause problems for your offensive line. This guy's been all over the Chargers O-line, all over Herbert. I mean, he's an absolute game wrecker. It's incredible to watch him play. It really is.
He's a special player.
He's so special. The Saints must be kicking themselves.
For sure. 3rd and 14. Herbert dropping back under pressure. Fires right side off the hands of Lad McConkey. Oh, my God. Not the greatest ball by Burrow. Or not Burrow. Herbert. But, he was wide open, too. Oh,
this is the big miss. That's the big miss from Herbert. That's one you can't miss it. I've seen quarterbacks do this time and time again. The great ones don't miss those throws. And it's not a diss on Herbert, but that's a throw you just gotta make in your sleep, man. That's just one you can't miss.
And the punter, Scott, sends it away. It's Irwin. He's got a bit of a block, and he is leveled. Oh, my goodness. What a hit by another Miami Hurricane, Shaquille Quarterman.
Shaquille Quarterman.
I have not heard that name in a long time.
Former Jacksonville Jaguar from Miami University.
The Chargers got some hard-hitting Kane linebackers, Denzel Perryman, and now Shaq Quarterman. So the Miami Hurricanes, as you've seen from their actual team, they don't know how to tackle. They just know how to hit. They can hit and hit only.
This is nuts.
On October 19th, Caleb Williams had 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. November 17th, Caleb has 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
I saw that. He was great today, though.
Leave it to the Bears to have 12 men on the field, be offsides, and still allow a touchdown on the play.
Hilarious.
The Bears have dropped 11 straight to the Packers. Deontay Johnson was electric in his revenge game. 0 catches, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 drop, 2 temper tantrums thrown.
That's crazy.
Last week, the Bengals scored 5 touchdowns against the Ravens and lost. This week, the Steelers scored 0 touchdowns against the Ravens and won. Justin Tucker in the year 2024. Look at this. Look at this, Kyle. This is Tucker in 2024, apparently. Seeing this? Look at this, Kyle. Look at the screen, bro. This is Justin Tucker in 2024, apparently.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's hilarious.
Hero Mike Tyson.
I know.
Asked if I did the dishes. I yelled Aaron Rodgers. She smiled, knowing they were washed. Now this is hilarious. Winning percentage as Jets starting quarterback. Zach Wilson, 364. Darnold, 342. Aaron Rodgers, 273.
Oh my god, bro.
Lol Jets will never. You know how I obviously have Lol Cow of the week and everything?
Baby.
I
Wait,
never want to hear another thing about Lol Mets ever again.
Wait,
It is
JJ,
Lol Jets.
who's LOL cow of the week?
Lol Cow of the week this week, it might be the Chargers if they blow this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Rangers won 2-0. We beat those bums up in Seattle. Wonderful. I did not watch a second of that game. First down and 10. 5:24 to go. Burrow. Under pressure. Fires. Caught. T. Higgins. He's got himself. I'm pretty sure that's a first down. Oh, no. They say he's short.
There's a chance, JJ, the Chargers may not get the ball back. I just want to put that out there as a possibility. That's how bad that Herbert miss was in that final play. And by the way, what a catch from T. Higgins, because Burrow throws an absolute laser only where T. Higgins can catch it.
Higgins had no idea that ball was coming.
Play, no idea it's coming, not at all. Second
Can
and one.
Show the game in other screen. No, I cannot, unfortunately. I've already been caught pirating. I don't need to be caught again. Second and one. Burrow. Brown. First down. I can give you a link though to watch the game. That's for sure.
How many people are watching this, JJ?
25.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Spread out through YouTube and Twitter. Dominated through Twitter, per usual. Because I have over 800 followers on Twitter, which is nice.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I've only been active on Twitter for like a year, I'd say. Yeah, 744, not bad. Burrow looks right side, caught. Higgins stays in bounds, and he's going to get a little bit more, still going, and he's got himself a new set of downs.
What did we talk about before the game? Who was my key factor tonight? T. Higgins. I know Jamar Chase.
Hey. No. He was my key factor.
We both said T. Higgins. We both ended up saying T. Higgins. Okay, we both talked about T. Higgins pregame, how he was our key factor for tonight. And I know Jamar Chase has done his thing, but T. Higgins has been more than reliable for Joe Burrow. His presence is so by far important for this team. Our key factor.
Absolutely. First and 10. Here's my other key factor, Chase Brown. Swallowed up by someone who will be my next key factor when I do a Chargers stream. Tuli Tuipulotu. I almost pronounced the name wrong.
Yeah, he second rounder from USC back in that 2023 draft. JJ, he's been pretty well. He's been great tonight. He's been making a lot of plays.
Yes, he has been. He has been a force all over the field.
I'm not sure I like that play call by the Bengals. I'm always for runs on 1st and 10.
Just say Zach Taylor.
When you have that momentum and you're late into the game, I'm feeling the throws.
Second and 12. Burrow. Quick throw. Caught. It's a first down. I thought the ball was out for a second. I almost had a heart attack. It's Andre Isovis. How do I say it? I forgot.
Joe bleeping Burrow. Oh, my God. Jamar Chase had a touchdown, but Burrow completely missed him.
Burrow didn't completely miss him. Isovis was wide open first.
Chase was all alone.
Yosevas, how do I say it? I forgot.
Ishovas, I think.
Ishovas. Okay. How? It's
Andre Ishovas.
Andre Ishovas. Fourth and goal. Yeah, we're seeing all the highlights now of what got the Bengals into this game. That fumble was huge.
See, JJ, this is what I was saying before the drive and when it began, is that there's a chance that the Chargers do not actually end up getting the ball back. Now they're starting to have to burn timeouts. this is where running the football for Cincinnati could become a bit more reliable and effective here. They may
just don't kick a field goal. I want him to score a touchdown. Do not kick a field goal. Please don't kick a field goal. Because the team that's in front of me in the standings has McPherson, and I need McPherson to do nothing.
Well, I'm not sure. He might.
I say they just got to keep going, go for the end zone because Burrow's just been the guy as Chase Brown picks up a little bit. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Hold on to your anuses. This has been an over 3-hour-long game.
First down is going to put this game in very, very tough grasp for the Chargers.
As we hit the 2-minute warning, it is 27-27. We're going to go to one final commercial break. You're watching the Empire Sports Media Game of the Week. Be back in 30 for the final time.
All right, JJ, back here. This is huge here for the Chargers. They really, really desperately need a stop because if they want to get the ball back, they can't allow first down because the Bengals are they're going to be able to move. They've been able to push the ball down the field with absolute ease.
Next week, live on Empire Sports Media, 2 games where we'll be doing the Notre Dame Army Showdown. And then, of course, the following day, Eagles-Rams at 8 o'clock. I'm so excited. 2nd down and 8 to go for the Bengals. Play clock at 3. Burrow got to get it off, and he does. Looking right side, incomplete. There are no flags on the field.
This looks like A-plus defense here from Christian Fulton. I mean, this is an awesome throw from Burrow at first glance. T. Higgins, you love this matchup. Fulton's had three penalties on the night. But this is Burrow couldn't have put it in a better spot. This is just great defense.
So now the question is, do you come out conservative or do you try to go for the first down and then potentially a touchdown? I think you run the ball in this situation. They're throwing. 5-man rush. Quick throw. It is dropped by Chase.
They're going to have to settle for a field goal.
As if they can hit it.
Gives the Chargers a chance. They have life.
Oh, just off the fingertips.
Oh, that would have brought up a lot of interesting questions because it would have been 4th and 1.
They probably would have still kicked it.
They would have gone. I would have. Yeah. No, they probably would have gone.
This is a long one. From 51 yards out. He missed earlier. Minute 52 to go. Snap good. Good hold. Kick on its way. It hooks left again. It hooks left again. Evan McPherson, Money McPherson is now Evan Welfare.
JJ, this is the second time McPherson has screwed the Bengals this year. The Ravens game, that big shootout earlier in the season, he missed the field goal. They could have won that game. And now tonight, in a few minutes from now, we may be looking back on it saying that Evan McPherson was the reason we lost. And how disappointing as a Bengal fan, because you know that Money McPherson used to be Money Mac back when they went to the Super Bowl. But now it's very inconsistent from Mac.
1st and 10. Herbert looks. It is. It's in the hands of Hilton, but it's incomplete. I don't think there's I'm looking at my league right now. I don't think there is a rule for missing kicks. Yeah, I don't think that there's any sort of scoring setting
Oh, like minus points?
for minus points on missed field goals. Let's see. No, there's nothing. Wow. That pass was nearly intercepted. I was looking away for a second. Mike Hilton.
Oh my goodness. Risky throw there by Justin Herbert. An absolutely excellent play there by Mike Hilton because he may have 6 on this, JJ. I mean, he is so close. Look at how he cuts it off. Oh, if he
Oh my God.
if he catches it, it's 6. Oh my gosh. 3rd and 10. They have a chance to get the ball back. Oh, it looks like there may be a penalty on Cincinnati.
Herbert looking, and it is dropped. It's dropped. There are no flags. The Bengals are getting the ball back.
I feel like, JJ, every play on this drive has been the exact same. Incredible defense from the secondary. They're playing re-energized, and now the Bengals get the ball back with a chance. It may have to go back into McPherson's leg to kick one, and he may have to make it.
Of Jake Moody last week with the Buccaneers. Fair catch, Irwin. He almost dropped it. A minute 26 to go. Burrow's got the ball again. Six game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime for Mr. Joe Burrow. Breathe, man. Breathe. Just kidding. I can't watching this game. First down and 10. Burrow under pressure rolls out left. He's going to scramble. There is Laundry down. It's coming back.
JJ, we're going to have a hold here on Cincinnati, which is disappointing because this is such a good play by Joe Burrow. But the reason for it being a good play may have been because of the penalty.
There's no foul in the play. Wow.
Big break there by Cincinnati. This was coming back, but now it's not. Huge play by Burrow. Not sure why McPherson's smiling.
He's thinking, holy shit, I'm actually going to get another chance.
Yeah. Don't blow it.
It's been a weird day for kickers so far. Burrow going deep the right side. Oh, he had Chase.
No.
It's like Newsmeyer to Kyron Lacey.
That's exactly what it is, except it would have been picked off. Oh, JJ Burrow has Chase. He misses him.
Oh.
And off the fingertips.
Yeah. As we stare at Jamar Chase's $5,000 fake grills.
Oh,
I don't get why people wear those. I'm
probably more
so
than
dead.
that. Yeah, I don't get it either. Camaro.
No one does. Tamara started it all with his airheads. Second and 10. Burrow looking left side. It's dropped again. It's Fulton.
Defense by Christian Fulton, man.
Chargers get the ball back.
Oh.
Setting up for the almost automatic Dicker the kicker. That would be something I'm not expecting. Chargers can avoid disaster because, all right, so as of right now, the locale of the week is the Brigham Young Wildcats losing.
Yeah.
That was pathetic.
JJ, this is massive. We were under 2 minutes with the chance now both teams can get another shot.
I swear to God, this goes to overtime. 3rd and 10. Burrow rolls out right. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. The Chargers are going to get the ball back, and they have 2 timeouts.
He has Higgins wide open.
Oh, God, if this game goes to overtime. I can't handle this. If this happens to the Rams next week, I'm going to lose my mind. He had Higgins. Oh, he tried to get it to him, but he was hit as he throws it. Deion Henley continuing his masterclass at linebacker. And now
play.
You're going to have to drill this thing. And Scott nails it. This is a beautiful punt all the way to the 4. And they crash down and make the tackle at the 15. What a punt by the Cincinnati Bengals punter, Ryan Recco, not Jack Scott. I had the wrong depth chart up. Now the Chargers get the ball back again. This is just unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Looks like JJ's mic.
Technical difficulties for JJ right now, but that was such an unbelievable throw by Justin Herbert. Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Ladd McConkey. What a player.
Unbelievable catch.
And the second timeout is called. So I'm now seeing this post. The NBA announced that Jason Tatum traveled
I
on
saw
his
that.
game-winning shot against the Raptors.
Yeah, he did, actually. It was interesting.
That's funny as hell.
It's funny.
So a perfect night for me. Rams win, Rangers win, Knicks win.
Well, you got the sweep. Look at you.
I did get the sweep. I don't think the Blue Jackets won, but let's see. Oh, and Notre Dame won.
Blue Jackets? Why would you want the Blue Jackets?
They're the other hockey team that I like. Them
Oh,
and the
really?
Colorado. Them in Colorado. But that's a story for another time. My dad is actually an Avalanche fan, crazy enough.
And Notre Dame won. You got 4.
I got all 4. And you got...
Uno. Well, actually, I count the Jaguars' loss as a win today. So
yeah, count that as a win.
I'm 2
First and 10. Herbert looks incomplete. He wanted Will Dissly.
Is this through the hands of Dissly, or is this just a miss by Herbert? Could actually be beneficial because he may not have gotten out of bounds, and it would have been for a short gain. I'm going back to McConkey here, JJ. I'm trying to go back to Ladd. Yeah. He's going to find himself open.
This guy gets somewhat close to field goal range. Second down and 10. Now McConkey goes in motion. Herbert hit as he throws. It is caught. It is Ladd McConkey.
Oh my gosh. Justin Herbert, right before he gets hit, is able to throw it. And McConkey, as I said, was able to get himself open, just runs right through the defense. Now they're at the 30-yard line. All they got to do is run the ball and take it down with a chance for Dicker to finish it off after an outstanding game.
That the Chargers do not deserve to win.
No, they really don't.
Bengals take their second timeout.
Oh, my God.
Poor Burrow, man.
Poor Burrow. Joe. Oh, what?
It's because you put the LSU flag back in the frame.
Oh, my God, you're right. I did.
Bro, LSU just has the – bro, oh, my God.
I told you it's a flag. It's a curse.
Freaking LSU, man. Freaking LSU. God.
It's gotta go. You gotta get out of it. You gotta get out of Louisiana, man. You're not built for that.
I gotta get out of here. You're right. I gotta get out of here.
Nah, I'm kidding. Stay at LSU. You're having a blast there. I know it. I know you're having a fun. Yeah. Here we go. 26 seconds left. They give it to Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins! Burst of speed! J.K. Dobbins!
Why would he score? Why would he score?
JJ,
Wow.
why did you score?
I don't know.
Score. Why? I'm sorry. This is an unbelievable play, but I don't know why he would score. That's coaching right there.
Harbaugh wanted to go over the throat. But does Joe Burrow have
count
one
it out.
final miracle left in him?
I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Like, I'll literally be right back.
Hurry up.
I am.
What a game.
On 28-22 here. I can't believe I had to sweat this one out. We were up 15, but also giving. Wow. I was at the gym getting a quick workout in. I checked my phone to find out that Geno Smith led a game-winning drive against the Winers. Now, normally it's fuck the Seahawks as well as the Winers, but as Rams fans, we really needed the Seahawks to win this game so that we could be ahead of the Winers in the standings. And now that the Seahawks pulled it off, we are officially in second place in the NFC West and only a game out of first. Now, I understand that the Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks all have the same record at 5-5. But we are classified as being in second place because we hold the tiebreaker over both the 49ers.
JJ, 18 seconds here for Burrow. I mean, one timeout. They're going to have just a couple plays to try to get this ball passed up to midfield. I know that Burrow has a big arm, so he can throw this thing to the end zone from around the 45-yard line of his own. But
God forbid the Chargers came out and cover 0. God forbid they do that. That would be hilarious.
This is just heartbreak for them. This is heartbreak. This is heartbreak for the Bengals. If they can drop to 4-7 here, they've got. Oh, they're playing like cover.
Wow, they're not giving him any time. Burrow, of age 1, of age 2, floats this one, caught. It's a first down. It's Ishavas. 10 seconds. Burrow's going to have maybe 2 plays.
That's the perfect first play. Burrow shaking up after that one, by the way. He's playing through it. Looks like a leg injury now.
If Joe Burrow throws a Hail Mary touchdown, I'm going to bash my head into this filing cabinet. Because, damn it, I want to go to bed. God damn, I have to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And here I am watching Bengals Chargers come down. Oh, wow, that could have been a rough in the passer.
Oh, Burrow just got leveled.
That could have very well been an extra 15 on top of that.
Which would have – there's only 10 seconds left with no timeouts. This gives you maybe 2 shots at the end zone. What they may do, JJ, is do a quick hitter outside, get it down to about 5 or 6 seconds, and then they have 1 shot at the end zone. It's just not enough time.
Would have been nice.
I don't think there's enough time here to take 2 shots at the end zone. I think you're going to have to do a quick hitter outside or just throw this ball away and then take your shot.
They might go for the shot now. Burrow looking. They're going to go for the shot! Incomplete.
All right, yep. Now you take your Hail Mary shot to the end zone with a chance. I think this is all about execution for Cincinnati, and these are plays that sometimes you may have to practice, honestly. I mean, we saw this against Washington and Chicago early in the season. You know, it's all about the tipping and to be in the right place at the right time, these types of plays, making sure that you're near your teammates, able to tip it up in a certain direction, kind of like a tip ball in basketball.
Charger players wisely not pumping up the crowd as the Chargers take their final timeout. The players for the Chargers are wisely not hyping up the crowd. They're not taunting the fans. They're not going off the field. Tyreek Stevenson. I'm ready for this game to end.
Me too. I'm starving.
You're what?
I'm hungry.
It's midnight, my boy.
Not here. And I'm not going to class tomorrow morning, so
You don't got anything?
I don't have to. There's I have one class where you don't have. There's no attendance taken. He posts all the notes online, so I'm not going to class tomorrow morning.
Here we go. 2nd and 10.
For the
3
Dubs.
seconds. Game on the line. Does Joe have one final miracle left? 10 seconds on the play clock. Burrow drops back on a pressure. He's this one in the end zone. It is dropped. It is dropped. Higgins nearly had it. It bounces off his hand, and the game is over. The Chargers hold on to win.
JJ Joe Burrow had to get the ball off because he was going to get sacked, and he actually puts it into T. Higgins' hands, who, if he catches it, has a chance to score. But no, oh my God, what a game!
He was in the end zone too. I'm pretty sure he was in the end zone. Let's watch the replay one final time. Oh my goodness!
This throw is insane, by the way.
He was in the end zone. He would have been in the end zone.
Oh, what a play!
He would have been in the end zone.
Derwin
But
James,
Derwin
is the play of the
James
season for the Chargers.
keeps their season alive at 7-3, and with the Chiefs' loss, the Chiefs are vulnerable. You're knocking on the door. You're catching up to him now. But the Bengals season is all but dead. It sucks to admit it, but it's true. And you just got to feel for Joe Burrow.
How about that one, JJ? Way to cap off our football Sunday.
It was absolutely amazing. Kyle, I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. I'd also like to welcome you onto the Empire Sports Media team. I cannot wait to have you back because this was a blast.
Thank you for having me on, JJ. Of course, I appreciate it. It was certainly a blast. It was an incredible game. And until next time.
Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Empire Sports Media's Game of the Week. Chargers win this one, 34-27. For Kyle Levinson, I'm JJ Cegs signing off.